Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Strong opening. I love it.
What were you writing? You intimidate me because I feel like I should be writing. I don't even have a pen.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday. You should have a pen. It's August 10th. It's my sister's birthday. I am Tori here with Al, and Lindsay joins us from home. Lindsay? Oh, she looks way more boss than we do. She looks way more boss.
Yeah, you do.
Listen, I had to put a suit on today. I had to keep it serious for Al.
I like it.
All right. I feel like we're talking to the boss right now. All right. I know it feels like Groundhog's Day, but I do have to start with the coronavirus. The pandemic in America reached another milestone. So now I feel like milestone's the wrong word. There are now more than 5 million confirmed cases in the U.S. Among those newly infected are nearly 100,000 children. That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Speaking of kids, that Georgia school, remember this, that made headlines after photos and videos like these went viral last week? Well, in-person learning is closed there today and tomorrow after 9 kids at the school tested positive. Excuse me, now we just have an update. 6 kids, 3 teachers. I apologize for that. Are you surprised by this? Is anyone surprised, or are you surprised that we're going to have COVID forever? Because that's how it feels, Lindsay.
I'm surprised that we're going to have it forever. I mean, every time we hit one of these milestones or these numbers that we talk about, it's just exhausting to know that we can do things to effectively stop it a bit more than we are doing. So like the video that we saw of the kids in the Georgia school, they were not social distancing at all. That same school, like you said, 9 kids are infected. If you look over the course of July, the last 2 weeks is when some schools, especially down south, start to go back to school. And there's been a 40% uptick in children getting coronavirus during those last 2 weeks of July. So I think it's just something that we have to think about. Instead of catching parents off guard and saying, hey, we're canceling school immediately effective Monday, why don't we make a plan to do school virtually, and an effective plan for parents that actually have to go to work of how their kids going to learn and be safe at home.
Yeah, Lindsay and I are kind of talking somewhat theoretically. You have kids out, right?
Yes.
So maybe like pods of kids get together with 1 teacher per 10 students or something like that. How are you feeling? Is this just your arms are up in the air?
Or maybe do school outside.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of restaurants that I walk past have really moved their indoor seating outside, and some streets have even blocked off the street so that the tables are actually sitting in the actual street. You know, we have to rethink everything that we've been doing. Schools are literally built to anti-social distance. They're designed to encourage interaction, whether it's in the classroom or in the hallways. I mean, I taught for 5 years. I know what a hallway looks like in between periods. I couldn't imagine a scenario in which you could properly social distance, especially and that's expecting every kid to follow protocol, which they're not, especially when you're talking about younger kids. So we have to think about like how we're going to retool this and rethink this, and we need to think this out before what Lindsay says happens, where we just have a bunch of kids that get sick, a bunch of teachers that get sick, now everybody's back at home, and parents have to make adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, and a lot of you wrote in saying that Hannah Waters, that pictures that she took, it wasn't that she took the pictures that got her suspended. It was the cell phone policy of the school. She did break that by taking it, but didn't have anybody's face in it, and she posted it off campus specifically for that reason. But she feels it, we feel it. We'd love to know what you think as well. Well, speaking of social distancing, like Al just said, people all over the country were not social distancing this weekend, raising new concerns over super spreading. So this is Sturgis, South Dakota. An estimated 250,000 people. That's 250,000 people have gone to the city for an annual 10-day motorcycle rally. Check out this scene at a concert there on Saturday night. Hundreds were packed into the venue. In Chicago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot tweeted this photo of people hanging out in a large crowd at the lakefront, and a ball broke out at a baseball game yesterday with both teams clearing the bench after a player was hit by a pitch. Obviously, there was no social distancing there. super spreading events. Al, what do you know about that? What do you feel about this? And what do you think about the baseball team?
Well, the last thing we watched was the Houston Astros. And Linz, I don't know how much you watch baseball, but last season the Houston Astros won the World Series, but was accused and kind of caught, and they were caught and admitted that they were stealing signs
and
from the other
trash
team.
cans.
Yes, and using the jumbotron. It was actually very intricate, and because of that, there are unwritten rules in baseball that when you cheat, the other team is going to throw. So this is not going to be the last time we see that. So I don't expect to see social distancing when it comes to baseballs. As it applies to the other adults that didn't need to, that didn't cheat to win the World Series, I just think people are going to do what they're going to do, Lindsay, and it's unfortunate. But clearly we've seen that people are not going to break their pattern even for one summer.
Well, Lindsay, in New Zealand, we have a new record, right? We have 100 days now without anybody transmitting the coronavirus. Jacinda Ardern is the Prime Minister of New Zealand. They are back to normal now. There she is right there. Why can't we at least follow some of that protocol, or are we too prideful?
I mean, Tori, New Zealand had an effective plan that was very considered over the top at the time. On March 15th, they made everybody quarantine. Anybody that was traveling had to quarantine for 14 days. They based every decision on science. At the time, they only had 6 cases in the whole country, and they were treating it like you can't travel unless you're going to the grocery store, things that we did months later. And so I think that's why you're seeing New Zealand on the other side of this, is because they had that nationwide, very strict plan.
Also, New Zealand has like 3 people, so let's be honest, we have a lot more population density.
They have an advantage.
They are an advantage, but I do want to say I have a total girl crush on Jacinda Ardern, who has handled fires. She has handled the attacks with the assault weapons and banning them, and now this coronavirus, all while having a child. And I think she's about 35, if I can get a fact check on that, which is amazing. Well, everywhere you look, most people are wearing masks. But how do you know which ones are the most effective? So researchers at Duke University looked at 14 different types and tested them out to find out which were the best at stopping the spread of the virus. The study found the most effective mask was, of course, the N95, which I can't find anywhere, followed by a 3-layer surgical and cotton masks. But the least effective masks were those neck fleeces. You guys have seen them, also called gator masks. They're actually less effective than not wearing a mask at all. Lindsay, what scares me is I've seen those gaiters advertised to kids because they're like easy to pull down and up. I didn't know they were worse than not wearing one at all. What'd you think?
It's so frustrating, Tori, because I can't find the N95 mask anywhere. I literally was trying to get it from Lowe's. I know it's reserved for people that work in hospitals and things, but I was just looking for anything even similar, and all I see are like these cloth masks that a lot of like designers make, and then who knows if they're just fashionable or actually effective. And so I don't know. I have a couple masks. I guess I'm just gonna like start doubling up, because what I've read is that they need several layers in order to be effective.
Lindsay just has an N5 mask. It's close.
No, it's an O95 mask. It's the one next to it.
Close enough.
Exactly.
It's about Oprah.
What do you think, Al? Do you think that, as Patrice Gardner just wrote in, Americans are too prideful and hard-headed. New Zealand, Italy, and China were the worst. Now USA is because of our stubbornness.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum.
I know.
People are going to do what they're going to do in this country, and I think that's kind of, it's called rugged American individualism, and it's great when you're looking for pioneers in their respective fields and how you choose to live your life, but when you try and get those people that you've programmed to say, hey, you're number one, you're an individual, and say, hey, we're all on the same team right now, people are like, no, this is my team right here.
My team is one
Rhythm Nation.
Done. Well, this will be an uplifting story. We've had kind of a bummer beginning, but we got an uplifting story for you. A black comedian named Kerr Harris.
Is it me?
No, it's Kerr Harris. Posted a video to Twitter talking about a recent traffic stop. So an officer pulled him over for not having an official license plate. He had just gotten a new car. Harris said he was surprised by what happened next. Take a look at this.
I'm just sitting here waiting on the cop, watching this lady record me. So the cop don't come back for 15 minutes, but this lady do not put her phone down for 15 minutes. This white woman recorded the whole thing. So finally the cop come up to me, he say, all right, Mr. Harris, you're free to go. I said, all right, appreciate it. And I start my car. And I look at that white woman who was recording me, and she looking back at me, and she give me a thumbs up like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, we good. She like,
That's what an ally is. That's what you do as a good Samaritan at this point. Your camera phone is civil rights in action, and you can do that. What do you think about that, Al, when you heard that?
It makes me happy. As a black man, we'll take all the allies that we can get. Hopefully, Lindsay, one day my kids and your kids and everybody will this won't be necessary, but for now, we'll take what we can get.
Linz, what do you think? I know you've had an experience with your brother recently with the cops. I think also you see white people in the crowd saying, if they're shooting rubber bullets, stand behind me. If my body can be a shield, I'm using it. What do you think about that?
Right. I think there's levels to people that would like to be allies, and then the explanation you just gave is people that are really understanding that every day a lot of black people have to face life or death choices just by doing things like getting pulled over for absolutely no reason. And so I think that this is an amazing thing that she recorded it and is being an ally in that way, because a lot of times if you whip out your camera as a person of color, police get even more agitated, and a lot of the stuff doesn't get recorded. And so if somebody is standing by saying, I got you on tape, like we saw in the case of George Floyd, no matter what color they are, it's very helpful.
Yeah, it's interesting because it used to be like you see someone choking, you run, do the Heimlich. You see someone hurt, you run and do this. And now really, if you see someone of color under police arrest or whatever it is, the best thing that you can do to me as a good Samaritan is take that camera, put it out. Does it upset you in any way, Al, if you see someone do that? Is that like, yo, I'm fine, I don't need that? Does that bother you?
Not in any way. I mean, if you're the people, we've got cameras on us right now. We're doing our job. I know, it's scary, right? So it's like when you're doing your job correctly, you don't care who's filming you. I don't mind it at all.
As the cop, you mean?
Yes, yes. I should hope that a police officer should be like, please make sure get my good side because I'm doing my job properly, and I'd like for this video to show that a lot of police officers are doing the right thing, so they should look at it as a good thing. And
as we say here in DBL, we know a lot of cops are doing the right thing, but if you're out there and you see it, I say get your phone out. Lindsay, do not go away. You're too boss to go away.
Well, you're bossing around the boss.
Oh,
you're telling
please,
her,
can you not go away?
There you go.
Ma'am, coming up on DBL.
You don't mess up our free Fridays.
Rachel Ray's home goes up in flames. We've got an update on how the celebrity chef is doing today. And here at DBL, we're taking seriously the fight against COVID-19. That's why you see most of our employees are working from home. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Rachel Ray and her family and her dog, they are all safe after a devastating fire ripped through her home. Rachel, as I said, her husband John and their famous dog Bella escaped the fire that started in her upstate New York home last night. This is the video, oh Lord, that shows the fire engulfing the home and flames shooting through the roof. There's no word yet on what started it or how bad the damage is. Rachel and her husband had been filming her show at this home since March after her studio was shut down due to the virus. I mean, another one hits the dust. I just feel like once you get hit, you can't stop. I feel Rachel Ray after this pandemic, then your house burns down. Lindsay, how do you feel about this? Have you ever experienced anything like this?
No, it was so scary. I mean, when I was younger, we had a small house fire, but nothing that looked as big as that or took over the whole house in that way. But what I thought was amazing is that Rachel Ray sent out this message earlier today and was just like, I want to thank the first responders, and I'm just really happy that my dog, my husband, and my mom are safe. And so to have that type of silver lining and address, you know, the public who wants to know if you're okay so quickly when you just face this type of tragedy shows you like a testament to her character, which is amazing. I'm just wishing her and her family well. I'm glad they're okay.
Yeah, I am too. I think having everything burned down, but having your dog, your mom, and your husband is at least you have something. I mean, that's hard to say. Our prayers are with them. That is terrible. B. Angelique writes in, we're praying for you, and we hope everything goes well. Well, there's some mazel tov to be had because Katherine Schwarzenegger Pratt and Chris Pratt have welcomed a baby girl.
Yay!
Thank you, Al. Woo! Thank you, Lindsay. Katherine, I love the delay on Lindsay. Woo! So Katherine reportedly gave birth over the weekend. Although the exact day is not known, her brother confirmed the news to Entertainment Tonight, saying the couple were doing great. Meantime, Katy Perry is still waiting for her baby girl to arrive to pass the time. Her fiance, Orlando Bloom, filmed Katy showing off her bump while recreating the viral Friday Dance Challenge. It looks like Katy has some great third trimester moves. I feel like Katy Perry's been pregnant for 2 years.
Oh yeah, because we covered when she put that picture and everybody was saying she copied off Beyonce.
Yes, the flowers. That's right.
I do like that she's showing, you know, obviously this far along, but she's still in good spirits. That's a big deal.
Totally. And on Instagram, she had a picture of her asleep, and it said Katy Perry, the pooped star, not the pop star. I like the.
I didn't like that. Lindsay, what did you feel about that? Wow. I feel like that was a terrible caption.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
It was a great caption.
You're not gonna check it out, Lindsay. Stop it.
A pooped star instead of pop star.
I will. What's the problem?
You're gonna scroll back and find poop star and be like, okay, now let me scratch that off my to-do list.
Or Al, welcome to 2020. I'll ask Tori to please DM it to me since she probably already knows where it is.
Thank you.
She's gonna send you a picture of her holding a weird-looking carrot.
I've grown 4 carrots now, I have to say.
They all look weird.
They're organic.
Lindsay, tell her
it's healthy to grow your own food, Al. Come on now.
Not when it looks like that.
Coming up on DBL.
Trader Joe's, what's up?
Shark Week is back. Take out Al. With more thrills and underwater excitement than ever before, we're chatting with a filmmaker who will give us the scoop on what we can expect this year. Don't go away. They're healthier. Whoa. Take a look at this unbelievable shot from last night's Shark Week special, Air Jaws Ultimate Breach Off on Discovery. The 15-foot breach was a new record for the Air Jaws series, which has been on the air for 20 years. I don't really like that because it reminds me of a whale.
Oh, I was wondering when we were going to do this, like if you'd be able to get through that. That was very professional of you.
Thank you so much.
For anybody that doesn't know, Tori has a legitimate fear of open water and large creatures in water.
Yeah.
So every time my screensaver comes up on my TV, I think about you.
I hate that screensaver, the Apple TV with the. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. All right, Discovery's Shark Week kicked off its 32nd year last night and continues with more amazing shark specials all this week. Earlier, Brandon spoke with shark expert and documentarian Jeff Kerr to talk Shark Week 2020. Take a look.
Jeff Kerr, thank you for joining Daily Blast Live, and I have to get into it right now because a lot of people are talking about Tyson versus Jaws, where Iron Mike Tyson squared off versus some sharks in the love of science, of course. Now, in your professional opinion, I want to get you on record. Was the former champ scared to be swimming with the sharks?
Most definitely. You know, I've seen Tyson box in person, and he's pretty scary guy, let me tell you. But against a shark, and not in his element in the water, it's actually quite fun to see it. It's fun to see the fear that these celebrities have when they first face off with a shark.
I can't imagine seeing Mike Tyson just showing fear. So your special, Air Jaws Ultimate Breach Off, kicked off Shark Week's 32nd year. Now, where does this obsession with sharks come from?
Well, like a lot of people, I was definitely influenced by seeing the movie Jaws as a kid, and scared the heck out of me, but that fear gradually turned to fascination. Basically, after my first shark dive, I said, wow, these sharks are amazing, and became obsessed with them, and 30 years went by pretty quick.
Yeah, it's sort of like tattoos. So you literally have been swimming with sharks for over 3 decades. Can you give DBL Nation a great story? One, give me something with fear and something just absolutely remarkable.
Okay, I got a good one for you. So obviously I've spent a lot of time filming breaching great white sharks, and one year we were looking to do something a little bit different. I got the idea, hey, why don't you guys tow me behind the boat? I'll be right down at water level. We'll get an amazing shot. I'll tow a decoy and we'll have a shark hit it, and it'll be amazing. I was focused on the viewfinder. I wasn't thinking about the shark could come up and shish kebab me from below. And what ended up happening is we had a shark called Colossus, a 14-foot great white, come flying out of the water about 10 feet in front of me. And I remember looking up at this big belly, this shark belly, gleaming white with the sun on it, flying over the top of me like a scene from Free Willy, and just hoping the shark wouldn't land on me. It didn't, but the shot was incredible, and I guess people say it's one of the most iconic shots in Shark Week history. And the fact that I lived it and experienced it, it's obviously something I'll never forget.
Oh man, everlasting memories, I can only imagine. Jeff Kerr, thank you for taking your time to join Daily Blast Live. Fins up, man. And our Shark Week airs every day this week on Discovery. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. And M wrote me, weird looking carrots come from the ground that has not been properly plowed, so the carrots don't grow straight. More prep, Tori. Here's a picture of my carrot.
It doesn't look, it looks strange.
I also don't know how to plow something.
And you also, that face and just to like rinse it off.
I wanted to show the organic,
rinse
like
it
dirty.
off.
I wanted to show it came from the ground.
We get that the carrot came from the ground, but you can rinse it off.
Okay, rinse off this attitude.
For the
we'll
gram.
see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The U.S. passes 5 million coronavirus cases, but social distancing is still an issue as these baseball players break the 6 feet rule in a bench-clearing brawl.
This is not a good idea.
A black man shares his inspiring traffic stop story after he notices a white woman record the whole interaction.
She's scared something's gonna happen to me, and she out here being an ally.
A massive fire rips through Rachel Ray's home in New York. The question now, what started it? And Rumble on the Reef. Mike Tyson goes head-to-head with Jaws kicking off Shark Week. Plus, the creative force behind it all gives DBL the inside scoop.
It's fun to see the fear that these celebrities have when they first face off with a shark.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 10th. I'm Sam here with Al.
What's up,
Albert?
Sammy?
How are you? Looking good today?
Post-birthday week.
I know. I'm 40, everybody. I am 40. I feel good.
Yeah.
I got a whoop whoop.
This is what 40 feels like. You keep yourself in some shape, and you got a beautiful kids, beautiful family. You got your whole life ahead of you.
I was reminded by my husband, because I dress pretty young. Right? I wear like band tees, and my husband's like, maybe.
I love your style. Like, what are you supposed to put on? Put on a house?
I know, but I don't want to be that like mom that's trying to be 21. And I feel like I am.
I think you can dress however you feel.
All right.
Go ahead.
I think my husband might be right. You're wearing leopard print shoes, my friend.
I am.
Looking good. Put it off to the side.
Oh.
Show it to the side. Show it to the
print.
side.
With I got the Shark Week socks representing as well.
Wow.
Yes, that's how we do it.
You don't even know anything about sharks. I can't wait to talk to you
I know
about
a
sharks
couple
later
things.
in the show. Stay tuned for that.
Thank you, Rob, for the
Erica
shot.
joining us from home. How are you, E?
I'm great. Happy belated birthday. And age is nothing but your style and attitude.
Yes, Erica. Erica's always the one with the wisdom. I agree with you.
I'm like an Estee Lauder commercial.
All right, let's get to the top of the news. So, The coronavirus pandemic in America, well, it unfortunately reached another milestone. There are now more than 5 million confirmed cases in the U.S. Among those newly infected are nearly 100,000 children. That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Speaking of kids, the Georgia school that made headlines after photos and videos like these went viral last week, well, in-person learning is closed there today and tomorrow after 9 people at the school tested positive. Are you surprised by this, Al? And then also I want to introduce the statistic that 86 children since May have died from coronavirus. That scares me as a parent.
You know, and the weird thing about when this hit is we didn't have a lot of stats like this because the kids were almost out of school at that point, and then we had the summer. So now we're starting to see, because everybody's like, oh, the kids are fine. It's like, are they? Because the first couple weeks don't look so good. So as somebody that taught for 5 years, in remembering my school building and looking at that hallway, that was very familiar. It's impossible. Erica, do you remember a school? Like, they're built for interaction, not for social distance.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that answer later. I'm texting, I'm tweeting at Hannah Waters, the young woman who called her school district out for not social distancing or enforcing wearing masks. Sis, where is your public apology? That's what I want to know. Because you had a young woman who seemed to have more common sense than the leadership in the schools. So just remember when she was talking about good and necessary trouble, that sometimes you have to be a minority voice, but that minority voice does not mean that you are wrong.
Well said, Erica. I also want to leave you guys with this photo that's now trending. Everyone's trying to find out who this woman is. This is a teacher in Mexico who takes her truck and she drives 2 hours to autistic children who have no access to books, no access to the internet, and she has made it her mission to be able to teach these children. So if anyone knows who this woman is, everybody wants to celebrate her, call her the hero that she is, because she is sacrificing her time and her life to those children who are not able to learn via the internet and books. So way to go to her. All right, well, people all over the country were not social distancing this weekend, raising new concerns over super spreading. Yep, in Sturgis, South Dakota, an estimated 250, look at that, you guys, 1,000 people have gone to the city for an annual 10-day motorcycle rally. And check out this scene at a concert there on Saturday night. Wow, hundreds packed into that venue. And in Chicago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot tweeted this photo of people hanging out in a large crowd at the lakefront. And a brawl broke out at a baseball game yesterday with both teams clearing the bench after a player was hit by a pitch. No social distancing there. Erica, what is happening? Why are people getting together in large crowds right now? Do you think they don't care anymore, or they don't think that they're going to be the next coronavirus victim?
Well, I think it's interesting that, you know, the gathering in Sturgis, which I know is like the event for bikers, I'm assuming that bikers have a lower risk aversion than the average person. So I don't necessarily, I just would assume that. In terms of what happened on the baseball field, that was truly disappointing because we're looking to sports to kind of like bring us together. And we're also looking to sports to model, like, is this going to work if we're in a bubble or if we're taking care of ourselves this way? So, I mean, that wasn't the greatest thing to see, but I think that people are just pinned up in a lot of different emotions right now.
Al?
Well, Erica, that base brawl that we watched was because the Houston Astros that were involved in that fight were accused and pretty much kind of shown to have cheated to win the World Series last year by stealing baseball signs. So, unfortunately, I don't think that's the last time we're going to see that happen.
Wow. Well, I hope that it is the last time that we see that happen. Last night, hundreds of looters took to the streets in downtown Chicago. Stores, banks, and other businesses were broken into around the city overnight. People broke windows and others took off with merchandise. You can see there in the video, more than 100 were arrested. 13 officers were injured. One video that has gone viral from the scene showed a cop getting hit in the head. It was allegedly all triggered over misinformation. Earlier in the afternoon, there was a police shooting, but crowds gathered after hearing false information that officers shot a child. The mayor today said these individuals, wanted to make it very clear, are not protesters or people that are struggling, engaging in petty theft to feed themselves, but instead quote, are straight up felony criminal or engaging in straight up felony criminal conduct. Erica, this is your hometown. What do you make of this and the misinformation?
Well, I think it shows the power of social media for starters, but Mayor Lightfoot has made it very clear that they are going to go after every single looter and make sure that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. There's been a lot of speculation that there's been lenient practices that have emboldened people to take to the streets in ways that have nothing to do with protests, and I would agree with that. I do think that there's been a lot of leniency. Leniency from the law is what got us to protesting or what got us to bringing massive crowds together. So I do understand that there needs to be a degree of leniency that is eradicated when we come to making sure that people are accountable for their unlawful actions.
Well said. Al, what would you agree with what Erica's saying?
Most definitely. It's just straight up theft at this point. There's power in numbers. They took advantage, and that's a crime on a widespread scale, and I hope that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And anybody, Erica, that's saying that Mayor Lightfoot is being lenient on people, they haven't followed her career. I would not want to cross that woman if she's upset with me.
Amen. We do want to leave you all with an uplifting story. A black comedian named Kerr posted a video to Twitter talking about a recent traffic stop. So this is what happened. An officer pulled him over for not having an official license plate. He had just gotten a new car. Harris said he was surprised by what happened next. Take a look.
This lady is recording me because she's scared something's gonna happen to me, and she out here being an ally. I'm just sitting here waiting on the cop, watching this lady record me. So the cop don't come back for 15 minutes, but this lady do not put her phone down for 15 minutes. This white woman recorded the whole thing. So finally the cop come up to me, he say, all right, Mr. Harris, you're free to go. I said, all right, appreciate it. And I start my car. And I look at that white woman who was recording me, and she looking back at me, and she give me a thumbs up like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, we good. She like,
That is incredible. I hate that woman had to do that, but given our history and given recent events, I understand why she did it. Al, you've been very open about your situation with police officers and
right.
being pulled over and what happened with you. Have you ever had an ally try to protect you or anybody try to be a witness for you?
Not yet. That's never happened to me. But you know what, Sam? I look at that, and what I take from that video is that there's now awareness. And there wasn't. We're not talking about this even a year ago. This has been taking place for a long time, and we're fine. I mean, think about Rodney King was, what, 1992? And here we are, finally. It took 28 years, but it does seem like we have made some strides in at least having a public awareness that there is unfair treatment with certain black folks. So with that said, I do like that. I don't think that there's just this one woman. I think there are other people that are allies and are at least aware and pull their camera out, because if you're doing the right thing, we're at work right now with cameras on us. We're not worried about that because we're doing the right thing. You only get worried about a camera when you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, and I want to be able to do this. If I ever see it, again, I hate the fact that I, as a white person, would have to do this, but that's the reality that we live in. Erica, you and Al have been very vocal about your run-ins with police, and I want to just be very clear here that both of you don't have any prior records, that both of you have not done anything that would warrant any sort of police brutality. I have never had to deal with that situation. Erica, you spoke about your incident in Vegas with your husband.
Yeah, that was not something that I ever want to relive, almost being arrested for walking down the street with my husband. However, I do think that people can come up with ways to be allies if that's what's in their hearts to do so. I have noticed a tremendous amount of support over the past few weeks to a month. Things that normally I sit back and think like, is it just me and it's a major gaslight situation, like you're being treated unjustly, and then someone who isn't black pipes up and says something to me or says something in my defense, things that I normally have been so desensitized to because I've just expected it, but people are really paying attention. And I think that you can pay attention in all facets of your life. And I really encourage you to do that, because I think that people are starting to understand exactly what's going on in this world.
And I just want to, sorry, Erica, before we go, it just piques my interest. Were these strangers that spoke up for you?
No, not strangers. But I mean, I just have noticed that people are more sensitive to different things that are considered like microaggressions, and like certain things have become very apparent, and everyone's now very much awake.
I'm happy to hear that, E. Erica, stick around. Coming up on DBL, our medical expert, Dr. Cowell, returns with more answers to your coronavirus questions. Plus, fire destroys Rachel Ray's home, and the big question lingers, what could have sparked it? And here at DBL, we're doing our part in the fight against COVID-19. Look at our empty studio. Yep, all of our fellow colleagues are working from home very hard. We miss you guys, and we'll be right back.
Do you have a life insurance?
Welcome back to DBL. We are still talking about the COVID-19 pandemic, but now it is time to bring in the experts.
Me?
Unfortunately, not you, Al. Nope, that would go to...
You said D like there's several experts.
It's Dr. Cowell and only Dr. Cowell.
Hey, Doc.
Joining us live. Hey, Doctor. As you know, the news is very grim. We talked about it earlier in the show. 5 million cases of COVID-19 confirmed in the U.S. So today, we want to talk about getting to the other side. A new report says scientists are worried that a successful vaccine might not be effective on people with obesity. According to the CDC, more than 40% of Americans are obese. So, Dr. Cowell, what does this mean for the country as a whole? Can we get back to normal if the vaccine does not work on nearly half of the population?
You know, I think we can, and I want to be careful here, Sam, not to overstate the science, because what we're talking about with the vaccine not working on obese individuals is really a theoretical concern based off what we've seen with other vaccines, such as influenza, tetanus, rabies. They're just not always as effective in obese individuals. And the idea is that the vaccine is supposed to rev up your immune system to learn how to fight the virus. But in obese individuals, they have a low level of chronic inflammation all the time, so it's a little bit harder to rev up their immune systems, and so their responses to vaccines aren't always the same as individuals who are not obese. But I'm very hopeful that it will work in the obese individuals. We have obese people enrolled in the phase 3 clinical trial, and if for some reason it doesn't work, we can redesign the vaccine in order to work in these individuals. So I think it's going to be okay, even for the obese people, but I do have to say, if you're out there and listening and you're obese, really work on trying to lose that weight, because you can stack the deck in your favor.
All right, Doc, just like Game of Thrones, winter is coming. So we're only a few months away, and all our viewers are asking, what do you think? We're headed for another lockdown? Will the weather help that? Like, what do you think?
I'm really worried, Al, I have to be honest. I mean, we've crossed 5 million cases. As the weather gets colder, we know that the virus survives longer in the environment. So I'm concerned that at the trajectory that we're headed, we may have to pull that trigger. But, and this is a big but, there's a lot we can still do to avoid that. So as Dr. Fauci says, it's not shelter in place or go crazy and have parties. We can find that happy medium. So there's 5 things we can do as Americans, every American, 5 simple things. Number 1, wear a mask. Number 2, socially distance. Number 3, avoid indoor crowded spaces like bars or indoor dining. Number 4, avoid outdoor gatherings or indoor gatherings, any kind of large gathering with lots and lots of people. And number 5, which is my favorite, wash your hands often. And experts say if you do these 5 things, we can avoid that lockdown just like other countries have.
Oh, good to hear that. Hopefully everybody writes down those 5 things to do. So, Dr. Coley, going back to the winter months.
There'll be a test tomorrow for you guys, Sam, so you guys better have them
I'm going to cheat off Sam's paper.
I'll cheat off yours. Okay, so going back to the winter months, Dr. Coley, what makes the winter months worse for the virus? Because many people think that more people staying indoors will actually lessen the spread.
No, and this is a misconception, Sam, and there's 2 things that really make the winter higher risk. The first is, as we just talked about, the survivability of the virus in the atmosphere is greater in colder temperatures. So the virus can last longer in the air if those droplets or those aerosols are emitted. And the second, which I think is probably a bigger contributor, is that because it's cold outside, we're not having picnics, we're not eating outdoors, we're not doing hikes, we're doing more activities indoors. So people are congregating in indoor spaces where the spread of the virus is 19 times more efficient than it is outdoors.
Yikes. And really quickly, we have a viewer that just wrote in on Twitter, Joni L. She wants to know, what would you define a large group? So when you mentioned the gatherings, how many people would be too many people?
So, you know, it's very arbitrary, Joni, but greater than 10 is considered a large group in most places. Greater than 50 in some of the more if you're outdoors, you can probably get away with 50, but an indoor gathering greater than 10 would be considered a large gathering.
Thank you for clarifying. Doctor, you'll be back tomorrow. So DBL Nation, if you got a question about coronavirus you want answered by Dr. Coley, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. Again, no panic. Just prevention and precautions. We will be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about girl power. Yes, watch how a woman brought her fight for equal pay to the forefront by starting her own business.
This single mom started a woman-run painting company. Kelly Forbes had been painting for years.
I had full truck, full tools, all the skills, had been painting for over 10 years as I started as a teenager, and I was making $10, sometimes $15 less per hour than the men in the field.
So she started her own business, Love Painting Company. Kelly hires other women, including single moms like herself. Her employees start out at $20 an hour.
It's not all about us just making profits, it's about creating a culture and creating an environment where people can thrive.
Kelly and her company are also giving back to the community, covering up graffiti and painting free for nonprofits. As Kelly's employee Melody Guzman says,
everybody says somebody's got to do it, but we're all somebody.
Way to go, Kelly. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration.
Welcome back to DBL. Whoops, if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Rachel Ray's home goes up in flames. We've got an update on how the celebrity chef is doing today. And Simon Cowell has a biking mishap and winds up in the hospital. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Thank you, Chris. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al. Erica joining us from home. So very sad news. Rachel Ray and her family, I just want to start out by saying they are safe, but there was a devastating fire that ripped through her home. It started in her upstate New York home last night. The fire engulfed the house. You can even see flames shooting through the roof. So there's no word on what started it or how bad the damage is. Rachel, her husband John, and also her dog, thank God, and her mother all escaped unharmed. Rachel and her husband had been filming her show at the home since March after her studio was shut down due to the virus. Wow. You know, Erica, how would you feel if your home burned down? I mean, people will say she's a celebrity, she'll be fine. There's many things there that you can't replace. It doesn't matter in my book whether you're a celebrity or not.
Yeah, and also think of the trauma of a fire. I've talked about being in a burning house when I was like in first grade, having to be like brought out of a house that was literally burning down. So that's just traumatic in itself. But what I noticed about her, and just in general, she always just has this very vibrant spirit, and she immediately started talking about during this time on Twitter that you want to focus on what you have, not what you've lost. And the truth is that she has the most valuable things salvaged from that fire, which of course are her loved ones. So I just think it's a really great attitude to have, but that is just a very traumatic situation.
Yeah, very positive. In fact, Al, have you thought, I mean, you have 3 kids, so I'm sure you already have a game plan if there were to be a fire. Are there any certain items, of course, not talking about your most prized possessions,
Right.
your family, but any items that you would need to go back inside to retrieve?
I don't think so. You know, it's just almost not worth the risk. And I'm sure, unfortunately, we've probably lost people that did get out but went back in to get a photo album or something, and that's admirable. But, you know, a lot of those things will remain in your mind. But if you lose a parent, you lose a dog who's a member of the family or a cat. I mean, it's a big deal. So I think she hit it right on the head, and I hope it gives people perspective. I know, like you said, Sam, she's a celebrity. She's got 3 houses. It's not about that. It's about the things you can't replace. Like, I just found a ticket to one of my first comedy shows in like 2006.
What?
It's old and tattered, but yeah, it's like something that's irreplaceable. So.
Are you a scrapbooker?
No.
What? But you're hanging on to things like you are.
Like, I hung on to one thing doesn't mean I'm gonna start scrapbooking.
Sounds like you're a secret scrapbooker.
I don't even know how or where you would do that.
You're a secret scrapbooker. Okay. Also, Simon Cowell. Well, he's recovering after back surgery. So this is what happened on Saturday. The AGT judge, he broke his back after falling off his electric bike at his home in Malibu. Simon had to have a metal rod inserted into his back. On Sunday, he joked about the incident on social media, writing, "Some good advice. If you buy an electric trail bike, read the manual before you ride it for the first time." Well, Heidi Klum wished Simon a speedy recovery and posted a photo of her fellow judges with an empty chair for Simon. He'll be out for the AGT live shows on Tuesday and Wednesday. Whoa, Erica, he was in surgery for hours. I mean, this is a major surgery, having a rod in your back. I'm glad he's okay and on the mend. It's going to be a long road to recovery. He brought up not reading the manual. I never read the manual to anything, ever. So this would probably be me if I were to try an electric bike. Do you ever read manuals, Erica?
Well, you know, when I need to, yes. But this hit very close to home because you know that my husband decided to get one of these electric bikes over a year ago.
Right.
Yeah. And it was a big point of contention because he made it seem like he was getting a bike to pedal to work. And really, this thing goes like 35 miles an hour. And I'm like, it freaks me out. Like, he's on the street. Like, it's just, it's a lot of power. Like, people just think like, oh, it's a bike and it has pedals, but that's like going 35 miles an hour on a bicycle. That's a lot of power. So for those of people who are deciding to go this route, just make sure that you're practicing safe precautions and safe measures, but this just freaks me out.
That freaks me out too. I didn't know, Al, 35 miles per hour. Would you get yourself one of these?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why, and I know the demo, if we get our demo numbers about the ages of people to watch this show, I'm talking to all y'all. Stop. Just get off the scooters. Get off that. Remember Mike Tyson fell off that, whatever that thing was called. Segways are almost gone, but like those two, hey, I'm 43, old folks, get off. You're going to hurt yourself. Whatever Simon hurt, it's going to stay hurt. He'll get better, but at a certain age, you don't really fix it. So if you hurt your hip, you shatter your arm, it's gonna stay like that. So just know that. So I hope, you know, just like Erica said, she's not being like an old ninny about it. It's like I couldn't think of any. Is that
going down a whole?
I was making sure like that was. I don't know the origin of that word. I'm gonna find out it's something terrible. Is it bad?
I don't know. I just okay. You sound like you're like giving a speech in 1936.
So I don't know what an old ninny is.
Got it, Al. It's a what? A simple Tinder fool? A simpleton or a fool.
Okay, that doesn't sound great.
Okay.
Okay.
Catherine Schwarzenegger Pratt and Chris Pratt have welcomed a baby girl. Congratulations. The couple posted this pic on Instagram. Oh my gosh. Holding their daughter's tiny little hand. Look at that. Her name is Lila Maria Schwarzenegger Pratt. Chris also confirmed that mom and baby are doing great. Meantime, Katy Perry is still waiting for her baby girl to arrive. To pass the time, her fiance Orlando Bloom filmed Katy showing off her bump while recreating the viral Friday Dance Challenge. Looks like Katy has some great third trimester moves. Oh my gosh, I feel like she's been pregnant forever. It does really, when you're pregnant, you feel like you're pregnant forever.
Well, you just got done with this. Like, were you in those kinds of spirits towards the end? Because anybody that's watching does not know this about Sam. She will not complain ever. She is not in her. So it's almost a bad thing because like I can never read you. Like, how were the last like month and a half?
First of all, tell that to my husband who thinks I always complain. Yeah, the last month, I mean, you're just so achy.
Right.
You're carrying, I think I was only 7 months pregnant there, so add 3 more months of a bump.
How pregnant was your hair in that picture? Wow. Speaking of Shark Week.
Go back to my hair. That's hilarious. I was a mess, Al. I was a hot mess. Yeah, look at my hair. Yeah, you're tired. You're stretched. You just want to have that baby that last month or so. Like, you just want the baby to come out. So there's a lot of little things you can do to try to induce it, safe things. In fact, I went to the doctor to induce Miles because we felt like Miles was not budging.
Okay.
So there's something she can do to help induce it.
All right, I heard there's like soups and curries and stuff like that.
You can do soups and curries, or she tickled Miles' ear, and that started the induction.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I've never heard that. And I'm an old ninny.
All right, let's get to this next story. Kelly Osborne revealed she has lost 85 pounds. The former reality show star, there she is, wow, posted pics on Instagram looking thin and svelte. Now, Kelly has struggled with her weight since she was a young girl and says she was often bullied about her size in the media. Erica, you know, many celebrities have revealed their before and afters, right? Like Adele, when we talked about it on this show, and a lot of people came after Adele for losing weight. Same thing happened to Rebel Wilson. A lot of her fans came after her after losing weight. And then on the flip side, Deborah Messing said that she was too thin, actually, when she was working on Will and Grace. But going back to Kelly Osborne and revealing that she felt bullied her whole life because of her weight, now what is she supposed to do? I feel like they lose weight and then their fans come after them. They don't lose weight, their fans come after them.
First of all, maybe we should stop calling it before and after. I mean, this isn't like a baking contest. Like, there's not a before and an after. It's an evolution. Really, I mean, think about how many different versions of yourself you are going to become over the 80, 90 years that you're on this earth. So stop talking about it in terms of like, this is how it started and now this is what it is. It's never what it is. She looks great. She's always been a beautiful woman. And I think people should just be okay with people being okay with themselves.
There you have it, Erica. Says it just simply and clearly. Okay, so Mike Tyson kicked off Shark Week by putting one into submission. Watch.
Mike, she's coming behind you. You got it. Don't let it go, Mike. Mike, Justin will come with it. Oh,
Wow, Iron Mike said he was scared to death about the challenge where he subdued the shark by grabbing its nose. The team then put a camera on the shark and crowned Mike the undisputed champion of the shark. So first of all, Al, it's called subduing a shark because they have sensors on their snout. So you massage the snout and they become subdued. Or you can gently flip them on their back and they go into a trance. Did you know that?
Sam, I did not know that.
And it's called tonic immobility.
I'm just surprised with your level of enthusiasm. I thought as an animal rights person, I didn't know how you feel about the former heavyweight champ down there roughing up sharks.
I don't think he's roughing up sharks.
He flipped it on its back.
Yeah, but I think what they're doing was, which I hope, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they're putting a camera on. I think this was more conservation efforts, am I right? So they're using Mike Tyson. So this is what a scientist would do. So when a scientist is trying to
First get Mike Tyson.
The scientists would also participate in tonic immobility by either gently massaging. See how they're gently massaging the sensory pores on the snout? It's actually quite, the sharks, their heart rates don't race when this happens. They quite like it, apparently. As far as them gently flipping them over on their back, they get disoriented, but they do go into a trance, and apparently their heart rates don't race. So as an animal rights person, I'm glad that conservation is the main goal here. They're telling me gotta go. Okay. Wow.
Getting really deep in that shark talk.
Okay. Erica, stick around. More on Shark Week coming up on DBL. A filmmaker is giving us, oh my gosh, ooh, that's scary, a behind the scenes look at the summer television event that America can't get enough of. And later, we are chatting with a travel expert who will give us some great tips on traveling safely during the pandemic. It is possible, and we'll show you how, or she'll show you how.
We're looking for a few
this unbelievable shot from last night's Shark Week special. Wow, Air Jaws' ultimate breach off on Discovery. The 15-foot breach was a new record for the Air Jaws series, which has been on air for 20 years. Ooh, imagine being on a surfboard and seeing that. Look at your face.
That is the shot of a lifetime. I mean, that
you
is.
look disgusted.
That's why I keep it on the beach. I don't go in. I have a healthy respect for the ocean. Past my knees, no.
But the sharks aren't they don't want to attack you, Al.
I don't care what they want. If it gets me, it's like, oh, but he didn't want to. Oh, good. What?
Okay, well, Discovery Shark Week kicked off its 32nd year last night and continues with more amazing shark specials all this week. Earlier, Brandon spoke with shark expert and documentarian Jeff Kerr to talk Shark Week 2020. Take a look.
Jeff Kerr, thank you for joining Daily Blast Live, and I have to get into it right now because a lot of people are talking about Tyson versus Jaws, where Iron Mike Tyson squared off versus some sharks in the love of science, of course. Now, in your professional opinion, I want to get you on record. Was the former champ scared to be swimming with the sharks?
Most definitely. You know, I've seen Tyson box in person. And he's pretty scary guy, let me tell you. But against a shark, and not in his element in the water, it's actually quite fun to see it. It's fun to see the fear that these celebrities have when they first face off with a shark.
I can't imagine seeing Mike Tyson just showing fear. So your special, Air Jaws Ultimate Breach Off, kicked off Shark Week's 32nd year. Now, where does this obsession with sharks come from?
Well, like a lot of people, I was definitely influenced by seeing the movie Jaws as a kid, and scared the heck out of me, but that fear gradually turned to fascination. Basically, after my first shark dive, I said, wow, these sharks are amazing, and became obsessed with them, and 30 years went by pretty quick.
So you literally have been swimming with sharks for over 3 decades. Can you give DBL Nation a great story? One, give me something with fear and something just absolutely remarkable.
Okay, I got a good one for you. So obviously I've spent a lot of time filming breaching great white sharks, and one year we were looking to do something a little bit different. I got the idea, hey, why don't you guys tow me behind the boat? I'll be right down at water level. We'll get an amazing shot. I'll tow a decoy and we'll have a shark hit it, and it'll be amazing. I was focused on the viewfinder. I wasn't thinking about the shark could come up and shish kebab me from below. And what ended up happening is we had a shark called Colossus, a 14-foot great white, come flying out of the water about 10 feet in front of me. And I remember looking up at this big belly, this shark belly, gleaming white with the sun on it, flying over the top of me like a scene from Free Willy, and just hoping the shark wouldn't land on me. It didn't, but the shot was incredible, and I guess people say it's one of the most iconic shots in Shark Week history. And the fact that I lived it and experienced it, it's obviously something I'll never forget.
Oh man, everlasting memories, I can only imagine. Jeff Kerr, thank you for taking your time to join Daily Blast Live. Fins up, man. And our Shark Week airs every day this week on Discovery. We'll be right back.
We all know that movement is like medicine, but getting the movement you need to feel
change the way, well, we do everything, especially travel. Earlier, Lindsay spoke to travel expert and COVID-19 survivor Valerie Joy Wilson about vacationing safely during the pandemic. Check it out.
Valerie Wilson, welcome to DBL.
Thank you for having me.
So you spoke to our own Jeff Schroeder about your COVID diagnosis.
Did you ever think you could get sick from this, and how sick did you actually get?
I would say that my sickness was kind of like a mild flu. It wasn't that bad.
And I just want to see, how are you doing? Are there any lasting effects, or are you okay?
I'm doing really well. There's definitely been a little bit of lasting effects though, so I recommend everybody wear a mask and stay safe. You don't want this thing. The beginning, I had a little bit of brain fog and a little bit of short-term memory loss, which was really scary, but that's gone away. But unfortunately, I still can't taste or smell most things, so that's been a little bit challenging to get used to.
Oh no, especially as a travel blogger, you have to be able to taste and smell the air where you're going.
Exactly. I have good faith it'll come back. It kind of comes back a little bit and then it goes away a little bit, but I think we'll get there.
So you're a travel blogger and you already visited New York and Mexico since recovering from COVID-19. So tell me a little bit about what you tell people that want to travel just like you.
You can definitely travel and stay safe if you're responsible and you feel comfortable to do so. And so there's a couple recommendations that I would make for people that are flying and traveling. The first one is get an N95 mask. I know that those are generally reserved for healthcare workers, but you want to take matters into your own hands if you do have to get onto a plane and not trust that everybody else will be doing the right thing. Also, a face shield, they're really inexpensive. It does protect your mask a little bit better from even getting any sort of germs, and it prevents you from touching your face. Another thing that I recommend to people that are flying is to just be aware of social distancing on the plane. Expert Flyer is a website where you can check your seat map. And then everybody really tends to gather at the baggage claim, so if you can just do a carry-on, that might be best. Also, bring Lysol wipes because Lysol is approved by the EPA for killing coronavirus. So I'm one of those people that wipes down my seat and all of that stuff.
So I want to ask you, what are hotels doing to keep guests safe?
Hotels are actually doing a lot.
You get this amazing setup with hand sanitizer, 15 Lysol disinfectant wipes, so that's a lot. You can wipe off your phone when you come back in.
They're waiting anywhere from 24 to 48 hours before even allowing their hotel staff to go in and clean anything. And then when they do go in, think of a giant sanitizing mist going through the whole hotel room. So that's like really sanitizing everything. Something that I always recommend, and this was pre-COVID, is bring a Ziploc baggie for the remote if you plan on using the television. The remote's one of the dirtiest things in the hotel room, so just throw that in there.
So what are some red flags that you tell people to watch out for when they're traveling?
Some red flags that you want to look out for are the people that are not wearing masks, not taking social distancing seriously. You want to either be staying at one of these bigger brand hotels where they do have proper protocols in place, or you want to ask your boutique hotel and your Airbnb, what is their cleaning procedure like, and what are they doing to keep you safe?
Valerie, thank you so much for joining us. I love to travel, so I hope I can do it soon and safely.
I hope you can too. You can do it safely, so I hope that this helps everybody out there.
Awesome. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Before we go, I got to get your comments on the sharks. Do you get fearful of sharks when you go into the ocean?
Well, you know, I'm risk adverse, so I don't go into the ocean too often. But yeah, I do assume that there's something in there greater than me that could possibly, you know, overtake me.
So would you ever go for a swim in the ocean? Would you ever surf?
I mean, I have, but it's not like my thing.
That's a no.
Okay. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Erica. Thanks, Sal. Bye, guys.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The U.S. passes 5 million coronavirus cases, but social distancing is still an issue as these baseball players break the 6 feet rule in a bench-clearing brawl.
This is not a good idea.
A black man shares his inspiring traffic stop story after he notices a white woman record the whole interaction.
She's scared something's gonna happen to me, and she out here being an ally.
A massive fire rips through Rachel Ray's home in New York. The question now, what started it? And Rumble on the Reef. Mike Tyson goes head-to-head with Jaws kicking off Shark Week. Plus, the creative force behind it all gives DBL the inside scoop.
It's fun to see the fear that these celebrities have when they first face off with a shark.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 10th. I'm Sam here with Al.
What's up,
Albert?
Sammy?
How are you? Looking good today?
Post-birthday week.
I know. I'm 40, everybody. I am 40. I feel good.
Yeah.
I got a whoop whoop.
This is what 40 feels like. You keep yourself in some shape, and you got a beautiful kids, beautiful family. You got your whole life ahead of you.
I was reminded by my husband, because I dress pretty young. Right? I wear like band tees, and my husband's like, maybe.
I love your style. Like, what are you supposed to put on? Put on a house?
I know, but I don't want to be that like mom that's trying to be 21. And I feel like I am.
I think you can dress however you feel.
All right.
Go ahead.
I think my husband might be right. You're wearing leopard print shoes, my friend.
I am.
Looking good. Put it off to the side.
Oh.
Show it to the side. Show it to the side.
With I got the Shark Week socks representing as well.
Wow.
Yes, that's how we do it.
You don't even know anything about sharks. I can't wait to talk to you about sharks later in the show. Stay tuned for that.
Thank you, Rob,
Erica joining us from home. How are you, E?
I'm great. Happy belated birthday. And age is nothing but your style and attitude.
Yes, Erica. Erica's always the one with the wisdom. I agree with you.
I'm like an Estee Lauder commercial.
All right, let's get to the top of the news. So, the coronavirus pandemic in America, well, it unfortunately reached another milestone. There are now more than 5 million confirmed cases in the U.S. Among those newly infected are nearly 100,000 children. That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Speaking of kids, the Georgia school that made headlines after photos and videos like these went viral last week, well, in-person learning is closed there today and tomorrow after 9 people at the school tested positive. Are you surprised by this, Al? And then also I want to introduce the statistic that 86 children since May have died from coronavirus. That scares me as a parent.
You know, and the weird thing about when this hit is we didn't have a lot of stats like this because the kids were almost out of school at that point, and then we had the summer. So now we're starting to see, because everybody's like, oh, the kids are fine. It's like, are they? Because the first couple weeks don't look so good. So as somebody that taught for 5 years, in remembering my school building and looking at that hallway, that was very familiar. It's impossible. Erica, do you remember a school? Like, they're built for interaction, not for social distance.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that answer later. I'm texting, I'm tweeting at Hannah Waters, the young woman who called her school district out for not social distancing or enforcing wearing masks. Sis, where is your public apology? That's what I want to know. Because you had a young woman who seemed to have more common sense than the leadership in the schools. So just remember when she was talking about good and necessary trouble, that sometimes you have to be a minority voice, but that minority voice does not mean that you are wrong.
Well said, Erica. I also want to leave you guys with this photo that's now trending. Everyone's trying to find out who this woman is. This is a teacher in Mexico who takes her truck and she drives 2 hours to autistic children who have no access to books, no access to the internet, and she has made it her mission to be able to teach these children. So if anyone knows who this woman is, everybody wants to celebrate her, call her the hero that she is, because she is sacrificing her time and her life to those children who are not able to learn via the internet and books. So way to go to her. All right, well, people all over the country were not social distancing this weekend, raising new concerns over super spreading. Yep, in Sturgis, South Dakota, an estimated 250, look at that, you guys, 1,000 people have gone to the city for an annual 10-day motorcycle rally. And check out this scene at a concert there on Saturday night. Wow, hundreds packed into that venue. And in Chicago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot tweeted this photo of people hanging out in a large crowd at the lakefront. And a brawl broke out at a baseball game yesterday with both teams clearing the bench after a player was hit by a pitch. No social distancing there. Erica, what is happening? Why are people getting together in large crowds right now? Do you think they don't care anymore, or they don't think that they're going to be the next coronavirus victim?
Well, I think it's interesting that, you know, the gathering in Sturgis, which I know is like the event for bikers, I'm assuming that bikers have a lower risk aversion than the average person. So I don't necessarily, I just would assume that. In terms of what happened on the baseball field, that was truly disappointing because we're looking to sports to kind of like bring us together, and we're also looking to sports to model, like, is this going to work if we're in a bubble or if we're taking care of ourselves this way? So, I mean, that wasn't the greatest thing to see, but I think that people are just pinned up in a lot of different emotions right now.
Al?
Well, Erica, that base brawl that we watched was because the Houston Astros that were involved in that fight were accused and pretty much kind of shown to have cheated to win the World Series last year by stealing baseball signs. So, unfortunately, I don't think that's the last time we're going to see that happen.
Wow. Well, I hope that it is the last time that we see that happen. Last night, hundreds of looters took to the streets in downtown Chicago. Stores, banks, and other businesses were broken into around the city overnight. People broke windows and others took off with merchandise. You can see there in the video, more than 100 were arrested. 13 officers were injured. One video that has gone viral from the scene showed a cop getting hit in the head. It was allegedly all triggered over misinformation. Earlier in the afternoon, there was a police shooting, but crowds gathered after hearing false information that officers shot a child. The mayor today said these individuals, wanted to make it very clear, are not protesters or people that are struggling, engaging in petty theft to feed themselves, but instead, quote, are straight up felony criminal or engaging in straight up felony criminal conduct. Erica, this is your hometown. What do you make of this and the misinformation?
Well, I think it shows the power of social media for starters, but Mayor Lightfoot has made it very clear that they are going to go after every single looter and make sure that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. There's been a lot of speculation that there's been lenient practices that have emboldened people to take to the streets in ways that have nothing to do with protests, and I would agree with that. I do think that there's been a lot of leniency. Leniency from the law is what got us to protesting or what got us to bringing massive crowds together. So I do understand that there needs to be a degree of leniency that is eradicated when we come to making sure that people are accountable for their unlawful actions.
Well said. Al, what would you agree with what Erica's saying?
Most definitely. It's just straight up theft at this point. There's power in numbers. They took advantage, and that's a crime on a widespread scale, and I hope that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And anybody, Erica, that's saying that Mayor Lightfoot is being lenient on people, they haven't followed her career. I would not want to cross that woman if she's upset with me.
Amen. We do want to leave you all with an uplifting story. A black comedian named Kerr posted a video to Twitter talking about a recent traffic stop. So this is what happened. An officer pulled him over for not having an official license plate. He had just gotten a new car. Harris said he was surprised by what happened next. Take a look.
This lady is recording me because she's scared something's gonna happen to me, and she out here being an ally. I'm just sitting here waiting on the cop, watching this lady record me. So the cop don't come back for 15 minutes, but this lady do not put her phone down for 15 minutes. This white woman recorded the whole thing. So finally the cop come up to me, he say, all right, Mr. Harris, you're free to go. I said, all right, appreciate it. And I start my car. And I look at that white woman who was recording me, and she looking back at me, and she give me a thumbs up like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, we good. She like,
That is incredible. I hate that woman had to do that, but given our history and given recent events, I understand why she did it. Al, you've been very open about your situation with police officers and being pulled over and what happened with you. Have you ever had an ally try to protect you or anybody try to be a witness for you?
Not yet. That's never happened to me. But you know what, Sam? I look at that, and what I take from that video is that there's now awareness. And there wasn't. We're not talking about this even a year ago. This has been taking place for a long time, and we're fine. I mean, think about Rodney King was, what, 1992? And here we are, finally. It took 28 years, but it does seem like we have made some strides in at least having a public awareness that there is unfair treatment with certain black folks. So with that said, I do like that. I don't think that there's just this one woman. I think there are other people that are allies and are at least aware and pull their camera out, because if you're doing the right thing, we're at work right now with cameras on us. We're not worried about that because we're doing the right thing. You only get worried about a camera when you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, and I want to be able to do this. If I ever see it, again, I hate the fact that I, as a white person, would have to do this, but that's the reality that we live in. Erica, you and Al have been very vocal about your run-ins with police, and I want to just be very clear here that both of you don't have any prior records, that both of you have not done anything that would warrant any sort of police brutality. I have never had to deal with that situation. Erica, you spoke about your incident in Vegas with your husband.
Yeah, that was not something that I ever want to relive, almost being arrested for walking down the street with my husband. However, I do think that people can come up with ways to be allies if that's what's in their hearts to do so. I have noticed a tremendous amount of support over the past few weeks to a month. Things that normally I sit back and think like, is it just me? And it's a major gaslight situation, like you're being treated unjustly, and then someone who isn't black pipes up and says something to me or says something in my defense. Things that I normally have been so desensitized to because I've just expected it, but people are really paying attention. And I think that you can pay attention in all facets of your life. And I really encourage you to do that because I think that people are starting to understand exactly what's going on in this world.
And I just want to, sorry, Erica, before we go, it just piques my interest. Were these strangers that spoke up for you?
No, not strangers. But I mean, I just have noticed that people are more sensitive to different things that are considered like microaggressions, and like certain things have become very apparent, and everyone's now very much awake.
I'm happy to hear that, E. Erica, stick around. Coming up on DBL, our medical expert, Dr. Cowell, returns with more answers to your coronavirus questions. Plus, fire destroys Rachel Ray's home, and the big question lingers, what could have sparked it? And here at DBL, we're doing our part in the fight against COVID-19. Look at our empty studio. Yep, all of our fellow colleagues are working from home very hard. We miss you guys, and we'll be right back.
Do you have a life insurance policy?
Welcome back to DBL. We are still talking about the COVID-19 pandemic, but now it is time to bring in the experts.
Me?
Unfortunately, not you, Al. Nope, that would go to...
You said the, like there's several experts.
It's Dr. Cowell and only Dr. Cowell.
Hey, Doc.
Joining us live. Hey, Doctor. As you know, the news is very grim. We talked about it earlier in the show. 5 million cases of COVID-19 confirmed in the U.S. So today, we want to talk about getting to the other side. A new report says scientists are worried that a successful vaccine might not be effective on people with obesity. According to the CDC, more than 40% of Americans are obese. So, Dr. Cowell, what does this mean for the country as a whole? Can we get back to normal if the vaccine does not work on nearly half of the population?
You know, I think we can, and I want to be careful here, Sam, not to overstate the science, because what we're talking about with the vaccine not working on obese individuals is really a theoretical concern based off what we've seen with other vaccines, such as influenza, tetanus, rabies. They're just not always as effective in obese individuals. And the idea is that the vaccine is supposed to rev up your immune system to learn how to fight the virus. But in obese individuals, they have a low level of chronic inflammation all the time, so it's a little bit harder to rev up their immune systems, and so their responses to vaccines aren't always the same as individuals who are not obese. But I'm very hopeful that it will work in the obese individuals. We have obese people enrolled in the phase 3 clinical trial, and if for some reason it doesn't work, we can redesign the vaccine in order to work in these individuals. So I think it's going to be okay, even for the obese people, but I do have to say, if you're out there and listening and you're obese, really work on trying to lose that weight, because you can stack the deck in your favor.
All right, Doc, just like Game of Thrones, winter is coming. So we're only a few months away, and all our viewers are asking, what do you think? We're headed for another lockdown? Will the weather help that? Like, what do you think?
I'm really worried, Al, I have to be honest. I mean, we've crossed 5 million cases. As the weather gets colder, we know that the virus survives longer in the environment. So I'm concerned that at the trajectory that we're headed, we may have to pull that trigger. But, and this is a big but, there's a lot we can still do to avoid that. So as Dr. Fauci says, it's not shelter in place or go crazy and have parties. We can find that happy medium. So there's 5 things we can do as Americans, every American, 5 simple things. Number 1, wear a mask. Number 2, socially distance. Number 3, avoid indoor crowded spaces like bars or indoor dining. Number 4, avoid outdoor gatherings or indoor gatherings, any kind of large gathering with lots and lots of people. And number 5, which is my favorite, wash your hands often. And experts say if you do these 5 things, we can avoid that lockdown just like other countries have.
Oh, good to hear that. Hopefully everybody writes down those 5 things to do. So, Dr. Coley, going back to the winter
There'll
months.
be a test tomorrow for you guys, Sam, so you guys better have them
I'm going to cheat
memorized.
off Sam's paper.
I'll cheat off yours. Okay, so going back to the winter months, Dr. Coley, what makes the winter months worse for the virus? Because many people think that more people staying indoors will actually lessen the spread.
No, and this is a misconception, Sam, and there's 2 things that really make the winter higher risk. The first is, as we've just talked about, the survivability of the virus in the atmosphere is greater in colder temperatures. So the virus can last longer in the air if those droplets or those aerosols are emitted. And the second, which I think is probably a bigger contributor, is that because it's cold outside, we're not having picnics, we're not eating outdoors, we're not doing hikes, we're doing more activities indoors. So people are congregating in indoor spaces where the spread of the virus is 19 times more efficient than it is outdoors.
Yikes. And really quickly, we have a viewer that just wrote in on Twitter, Joni L. She wants to know, what would you define a large group? So when you mentioned the gatherings, how many people would be too many people?
So, you know, it's very arbitrary, Joni, but greater than 10 is considered a large group in most places. Greater than 50 in some of the more if you're outdoors, you can probably get away with 50, but an indoor gathering greater than 10 would be considered a large gathering.
Thank you for clarifying. Doctor, you'll be back tomorrow. So DBL Nation, if you got a question about coronavirus you want answered by Dr. Coley, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. Again, no panic. Just prevention and precautions. We will be right back.
Ladies, what's the
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about girl power. Yes, watch how a woman brought her fight for equal pay to the forefront by starting her own business.
This single mom started a woman-run painting company. Kelly Forbes had been painting for years.
I had full truck, full tools, all the skills, had been painting for over 10 years as I started as a teenager, and I was making $10, sometimes $15 less per hour than the men in the field.
So she started her own business, Love Painting Company. Kelly hires other women, including single moms like herself. Her employees start out at $20 an hour.
It's not all about us just making profits, it's about creating a culture and creating an environment where people can thrive.
Kelly and her company are also giving back to the community, covering up graffiti and painting free for nonprofits. As Kelly's employee Melody Guzman says,
Everybody says somebody's got to do it, but we're all somebody.
Way to go, Kelly. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This
Back to DBL. Whoops. If you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Rachel Ray's home goes up in flames. We've got an update on how the celebrity chef is doing today. And Simon Cowell has a biking mishap and winds up in the hospital. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
You're talking about real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Thank you, Chris. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al. Erica joining us from home. So very sad news. Rachel Ray and her family, I just want to start out by saying they are safe, but there was a devastating fire that ripped through her home. It started in her upstate New York home last night. The fire engulfed the house. You can even see flames shooting through the roof. So there's no word on what started it or how bad the damage is. Rachel, her husband John, and also her dog, thank God, and her mother all escaped unharmed. Rachel and her husband had been filming her show at the home since March after her studio was shut down due to the virus. Wow. You know, Erica, how would you feel if your home burned down? I mean, people will say she's a celebrity, she'll be fine. There's many things there that you can't replace. It doesn't matter in my book whether you're a celebrity or not.
Yeah, and also think of the trauma of a fire. I've talked about being in a burning house when I was like in first grade, having to be like brought out of a house that was literally burning down. So that's just traumatic in itself. But what I noticed about her, and just in general, she always just has this very vibrant spirit, and she immediately started talking about during this time on Twitter that you want to focus on what you have, not what you've lost. And the truth is that she has the most valuable things salvaged from that fire, which of course are her loved ones. So I just think it's a really great attitude to have, but that is just a very traumatic situation.
Yeah, very positive. In fact, Al, have you thought, I mean, you have 3 kids, so I'm sure you already have a game plan if there were to be a fire. Are there any certain items, of course, not talking about your most prized possessions,
Right.
your family, but any items that you would need to go back inside to retrieve?
I don't think so. You know, it's just almost not worth the risk. And I'm sure, unfortunately, we've probably lost people that did get out but went back in to get a photo album or something, and that's admirable. But, you know, a lot of those things will remain in your mind. But if you lose a parent, you lose a dog who's a member of the family or a cat, I mean, it's a big deal. So I think she hit it right on the head, and I hope it gives people perspective. I know, like you said, Sam, she's a celebrity. She's got 3 houses. It's not about that. It's about the things you can't replace. Like, I just found a ticket to one of my first comedy shows in like 2006.
What?
It's old and tattered, but yeah, it's like something that's irreplaceable. So.
Are you a scrapbooker?
No.
What? But you're hanging on to things like you are. Like,
I hung on to one thing doesn't mean I'm gonna start scrapbooking.
Sounds like you're a secret scrapbooker.
I don't even know how or where you would do that.
You're a secret scrapbooker. Okay. Also, Simon Cowell. Well, he's recovering after back surgery. So this is what happened on Saturday. The AGT judge, he broke his back after falling off his electric bike at his home in Malibu. Simon had to have a metal rod inserted into his back. On Sunday, he joked about the incident on social media, writing, "Some good advice. If you buy an electric trail bike, read the manual before you ride it for the first time." Well, Heidi Klum wished Simon a speedy recovery and posted a photo of her fellow judges with an empty chair for Simon. He'll be out for the AGT live shows on Tuesday and Wednesday. Whoa, Erica, he was in surgery for hours. I mean, this is a major surgery, having a rod in your back. I'm glad he's okay and on the mend. It's going to be a long road to recovery. He brought up not reading the manual. I never read the manual to anything, ever. So this would probably be me if I were to try an electric bike. Do you ever read manuals, Erica?
Well, you know, when I need to, yes. But this hit very close to home because you know that my husband decided to get one of these electric bikes over a year ago.
Right.
Yeah. And it was a big point of contention because he made it seem like he was getting a bike to pedal to work. And really this thing goes like 35 miles an hour. And I'm like, it freaks me out. Like, he's on the street. Like, it's just, it's a lot of power. Like, people just think like, oh, it's a bike and it has pedals, but that's like going 35 miles an hour on a bicycle. That's a lot of power. So for those of people who are deciding to go this route, just make sure that you're practicing safe precautions and safe measures, but this just freaks me out.
That freaks me out too. I didn't know, Al, 35 miles per hour. Would you get yourself one of these?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why, and I know the demo, if we get our demo numbers about the ages of people to watch this show, I'm talking to all y'all. Stop. Just get off the scooters. Get off that. Remember, Mike Tyson fell off that, whatever that thing was called. Segways are almost gone, but like those two, hey, I'm 43. Old folks, get off. You're going to hurt yourself. Whatever Simon hurt, it's going to stay hurt. He'll get better, but at a certain age, you don't really fix it. So if you hurt your hip, you shatter your arm, it's gonna stay like that, so just know that. So I hope, you know, just like Erica said, she's not being like an old ninny about it. It's like I couldn't think of any. Is that
going down a whole?
I was making sure like that was. I don't know the origin of that word. I'm gonna find out it's something terrible. Is it bad?
I don't know. I just
okay.
You sound like you're like giving a speech in 1936.
I don't know what an old ninny is.
Got it, Al. It's a what? A simple Tinder fool? A simpleton or a fool.
Okay, that doesn't sound great.
Okay.
Okay.
Catherine Schwarzenegger-Pratt and Chris Pratt have welcomed a baby girl. Congratulations. The couple posted this pic on Instagram. Oh my gosh. Holding their daughter's tiny little hand. Look at that. Her name is Lila Maria Schwarzenegger-Pratt. Chris also confirmed that mom and baby are doing great. Meantime, Katy Perry is still waiting for her baby girl to arrive. To pass the time, her fiance Orlando Bloom filmed Katy showing off her bump while recreating the viral Friday Dance Challenge. Looks like Katy has some great third trimester moves. Oh my gosh, I feel like she's been pregnant forever. It does really, when you're pregnant, you feel like you're pregnant forever.
Well, you just got done with this. Like, were you in those kinds of spirits towards the end? Because anybody that's watching does not know this about Sam. She will not complain ever. She is not in her. So it's almost a bad thing because like I can never read you. Like, how were the last like month and a half?
First of all, tell that to my husband who thinks I always complain. Yeah, the last month, I mean, you're just so achy.
Right.
You're carrying, I think I was only 7 months pregnant there, so add 3 more months of a bump.
How pregnant was your hair in that picture? Wow. Speaking of Shark Week.
Go back to my hair. That's hilarious. I was a mess, Al. I was a hot mess. Yeah, look at my hair. Yeah, you're tired. You're stretched. You just want to have that baby. That last month or so, like you just want the baby to come out. So there's a lot of little things you can do to try to induce it, safe things. In fact, I went to the doctor to induce Miles because we felt like Miles was not budging.
Okay.
So there's something she can do to help induce it.
All right, I heard there's like soups and curries and stuff like that.
You can do soups and curries, or she tickled Miles' ear, and that started the induction.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I've never heard that. And I'm an old ninny.
All right, let's get to this next story. Kelly Osborne revealed she has lost 85 pounds. The former reality show star, there she is, wow, posted pics on Instagram looking thin and svelte. Now, Kelly has struggled with her weight since she was a young girl and says she was often bullied about her size in the media. Erica, you know, many celebrities have revealed their before and afters, right? Like Adele, when we talked about it on this show, and a lot of people came after Adele for losing weight. Same thing happened to Rebel Wilson. A lot of her fans came after her after losing weight. And then on the flip side, Deborah Messing said that she was too thin, actually, when she was working on Will and Grace. But going back to Kelly Osborne and revealing that she felt bullied her whole life because of her weight, now what is she supposed to do? I feel like they lose weight and then their fans come after them. They don't lose weight, their fans come after them.
First of all, maybe we should stop calling it before and after. I mean, this isn't like a baking contest. Like, there's not a before and an after. It's an evolution. Really, I mean, think about how many different versions of yourself you are going to become over the 80, 90 years that you're on this earth. So stop talking about it in terms of like, this is how it started and now this is what it is. It's never what it is. She looks great. She's always been a beautiful woman. And I think people should just be okay with people being okay with themselves.
There you have it, Erica. Says it just simply and clearly. Okay, so Mike Tyson kicked off Shark Week by putting one into submission. Watch.
Mike, she's coming behind you. You got it. Don't let it go, Mike. Mike, just be calm with it.
Wow, Iron Mike said he was scared to death about the challenge where he subdued the shark by grabbing its nose. The team then put a camera on the shark and crowned Mike the undisputed champion of the shark. So first of all, Al, it's called subduing a shark because they have sensors on their snout. So you massage the snout and they become subdued. Or you can gently flip them on their back and they go into a trance. Did you know that?
Sam, I did not know that.
And it's called tonic immobility.
I'm just surprised with your level of enthusiasm. I thought as an animal rights person, I didn't know how you feel about the former heavyweight champ down there roughing up sharks.
I don't think he's roughing up sharks.
He flipped it on its back.
Yeah, but I think what they're doing was, which I hope, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they're putting a camera on. I think this was more conservation efforts, am I right? So they're using Mike Tyson. So this is what a scientist would do. So when a scientist is trying to help
First get Mike Tyson.
The scientists would also participate in tonic immobility by either gently massaging. See how they're gently massaging the sensory pores on the snout? It's actually quite, the sharks, their heart rates don't race when this happens. They quite like it, apparently. As far as them gently flipping them over on their back, they get disoriented, but they do go into a trance, and apparently their heart rates don't race. So as an animal rights person, I'm glad that conservation is the main goal here. They're telling me gotta go. Okay. Wow.
Getting really deep in that shark talk.
Okay. Erica, stick around. More on Shark Week coming up on DBL. A filmmaker is giving us, oh my gosh, ooh, that's scary, a behind-the-scenes look at the summer television event that America can't get enough of. And later, we are chatting with a travel expert who will give us some great tips on traveling safely during the pandemic. It is possible, and we'll show you how, or she'll show you how.
We're looking for a few
Wow, Airjaw's ultimate breach off on Discovery. The 15-foot breach was a new record for the Airjaws series, which has been on air for 20 years. Ooh, imagine being on a surfboard and seeing that. Look at your face.
That is the shot of a lifetime. I mean, that
you
is.
look disgusted.
That's why I keep it on the beach. I don't go in. I have a healthy respect for the ocean. Past my knees, no.
But the sharks they don't want to attack you, Al.
I don't care what they want. If it gets me, it's like, oh, but he didn't want to. Oh, good. What?
Okay, well, Discovery Shark Week kicked off its 32nd year last night and continues with more amazing shark specials all this week. Earlier, Brandon spoke with shark expert and documentarian Jeff Kerr to talk Shark Week 2020. Take a look.
Jeff Kerr, thank you for joining Daily Blast Live, and I have to get into it right now because a lot of people are talking about Tyson versus Jaws, where Iron Mike Tyson squared off versus some sharks in the love of science, of course. Now, in your professional opinion, I want to get you on record. Was the former champ scared to be swimming with the sharks?
Most definitely. You know, I've seen Tyson box in person. And he's pretty scary guy, let me tell you. But against a shark, and not in his element in the water, it's actually quite fun to see it. It's fun to see the fear that these celebrities have when they first face off with a shark.
I can't imagine seeing Mike Tyson just showing fear. So your special, Air Jaws Ultimate Breach Off, kicked off Shark Week's 32nd year. Now, where does this obsession with sharks come from?
Well, like a lot of people, I was definitely influenced by seeing the movie Jaws as a kid, and scared the heck out of me, but that fear gradually turned to fascination. Basically, after my first shark dive, I said, wow, these sharks are amazing, and became obsessed with them, and 30 years went by pretty quick.
So you literally have been swimming with sharks for over 3 decades. Can you give DBL Nation a great story? One, give me something with fear and something just absolutely remarkable.
Okay, I got a good one for you. So obviously I've spent a lot of time filming breaching great white sharks, and one year we were looking to do something a little bit different. I got the idea, hey, why don't you guys tow me behind the boat? I'll be right down at water level. We'll get an amazing shot. I'll tow a decoy and we'll have a shark hit it, and it'll be amazing. I was focused on the viewfinder. I wasn't thinking about the shark could come up and shish kebab me from below. And what ended up happening is we had a shark called Colossus, a 14-foot great white, come flying out of the water about 10 feet in front of me. And I remember looking up at this big belly, this shark belly, gleaming white with the sun on it, flying over the top of me like a scene from Free Willy, and just hoping the shark wouldn't land on me. It didn't, but the shot was incredible, and I guess people say it's one of the most iconic shots in Shark Week history. And the fact that I lived it and experienced it, it's obviously something I'll never forget.
Oh man, everlasting memories, I can only imagine. Jeff Kerr, thank you for taking your time to join Daily Blast Live. Fins up, man. And our Shark Week airs every day this week on Discovery. We'll be right back.
We all know that movement is like medicine.
Welcome back to DBL. Coronavirus has changed the way, well, we do everything, especially travel. Earlier, Lindsay spoke to travel expert and COVID-19 survivor Valerie Joy Wilson about vacationing safely during the pandemic. Check it out.
Valerie Wilson, welcome to DBL.
Thank you for having me.
So you spoke to our own Jeff Schroeder about your COVID diagnosis.
Did you ever think you could get sick from this, and how sick did you actually get?
I would say that my sickness was kind of like a mild flu. It wasn't that bad.
And I just want to see, how are you doing? Are there any lasting effects, or are you okay?
I'm doing really well. There's definitely been a little bit of lasting effects though, so I recommend everybody wear a mask and stay safe. You don't want this thing. The beginning, I had a little bit of brain fog and a little bit of short-term memory loss, which was really scary, but that's gone away. But unfortunately, I still can't taste or smell most things, so that's been a little bit challenging to get used to.
Oh no, especially as a travel blogger, you have to be able to taste and smell the air where you're going.
Exactly. I have good faith it'll come back. It kind of comes back a little bit and then it goes away a little bit, but I think we'll get there.
So you're a travel blogger and you already visited New York and Mexico since recovering from COVID-19. So tell me a little bit about what you tell people that want to travel just like you.
You can definitely travel and stay safe if you're responsible and you feel comfortable to do so. And so there's a couple recommendations that I would make for people that are flying and traveling. The first one is get an N95 mask. I know that those are generally reserved for healthcare workers, but you want to take matters into your own hands if you do have to get onto a plane and not trust that everybody else will be doing the right thing. Also, a face shield, they're really inexpensive. It does protect your mask a little bit better from even getting any sort of germs, and it prevents you from touching your face. Another thing that I recommend to people that are flying is to just be aware of social distancing on the plane. Expert Flyer is a website where you can check your seat map. And then everybody really tends to gather at the baggage claim, so if you can just do a carry-on, that might be best. Also, bring Lysol wipes because Lysol is approved by the EPA for killing coronavirus. So I'm one of those people that wipes down my seat and all of that stuff.
So I want to ask you, what are hotels doing to keep guests safe?
Hotels are actually doing a lot.
You get this amazing setup with hand sanitizer, 15 Lysol disinfectant wipes, so that's a lot. You can wipe off your phone when you come back in.
They're waiting anywhere from 24 to 48 hours before even allowing their hotel staff to go in and clean anything. And then when they do go in, think of a giant sanitizing mist going through the whole hotel room. So that's like really sanitizing everything. Something that I always recommend, and this was pre-COVID, is bring a Ziploc baggie for the remote if you plan on using the television. The remote's one of the dirtiest things in the hotel room, so just throw that in there.
So what are some red flags that you tell people to watch out for when they're traveling?
Some red flags that you want to look out for are the people that are not wearing masks, not taking social distancing seriously. You want to either be staying at one of these bigger brand hotels where they do have proper protocols in place, or you want to ask your boutique hotel and your Airbnb, what is their cleaning procedure like, and what are they doing to keep you safe?
Valerie, thank you so much for joining us. I love to travel, so I hope I can do it soon and safely.
I hope you can too. You can do it safely, so I hope that this helps everybody out there.
Awesome. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration.
DBL, Erica, before we go, I got to get your comments on the sharks. Do you get fearful of sharks when you go into the ocean?
Well, you know, I'm risk adverse, so I don't go into the ocean too often. But yeah, I do assume that there's something in there greater than me that could possibly, you know, overtake me.
So would you ever go for a swim in the ocean? Would you ever surf?
I mean, I have, but it's not like my thing.
That's a no.
Okay. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Erica. Thanks, Sal. Bye, guys.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The U.S. passes 5 million coronavirus cases, but social distancing is still an issue as these baseball players break the 6 feet rule in a bench-clearing brawl.
This is not a good idea.
A black man shares his inspiring traffic stop story after he notices a white woman record the whole interaction.
She's scared something's gonna happen to me, and she out here being an ally.
A massive fire ripped through Rachel Ray's home in New York. The question now, what started it? And Rumble on the Reef. Mike Tyson goes head-to-head with Jaws kicking off Shark Week. Plus, the creative force behind it all gives DBL the inside scoop.
It's fun to see the fear that these celebrities have when they first face off with a shark.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 10th. I'm Sam here with Al.
What's up,
Albert?
Sammy?
How are you? Looking good today?
Post-birthday week.
I know. I'm 40, everybody. I am 40. I feel good.
Yeah.
This is
what 40 feels like. You keep yourself in some shape, and you got a beautiful kids, beautiful family. You got your whole life ahead of you.
I was reminded by my husband, because I dress pretty young. Right? I wear like band tees, and my husband's like, maybe.
I love your style. Like, what are you supposed to put on? Put on a house?
I know, but I don't want to be that like mom that's trying to be 21. And I feel like I am.
I think you can dress however you feel.
All right.
Go ahead.
I think my husband might be right. You're wearing leopard print shoes, my friend.
I am.
Looking good. Put it off to the side.
Oh.
Show it to the side. Show it to the side.
With I got the Shark Week socks representing as well.
Wow.
Yes, that's how we do it.
You don't even know anything about sharks. I can't wait to talk to you about sharks later in the show. Stay tuned for that.
Thank you,
Erica joining us from home. How are you, E?
I'm great. Happy belated birthday. And age is nothing but your style and attitude.
Yes, Erica. Erica's always the one with the wisdom. I agree with you.
I'm like an Estee Lauder commercial.
All right, let's get to the top of the news. So, the coronavirus pandemic in America, well, it unfortunately reached another milestone. There are now more than 5 million confirmed cases in the U.S. Among those newly infected are nearly 100,000 children. That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Speaking of kids, the Georgia school that made headlines after photos and videos like these went viral last week, well, in-person learning is closed there today and tomorrow after 9 people at the school tested positive. Are you surprised by this, Al? And then also I want to introduce the statistic that 86 children since May have died from coronavirus. That scares me as a parent.
You know, and the weird thing about when this hit is we didn't have a lot of stats like this because the kids were almost out of school at that point, and then we had the summer. So now we're starting to see, because everybody's like, oh, the kids are fine. It's like, are they? Because the first couple weeks don't look so good. So as somebody that taught for 5 years, in remembering my school building and looking at that hallway, that was very familiar. It's impossible. Erica, do you remember a school? Like, they're built for interaction, not for social distance.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that answer later. I'm texting, I'm tweeting at Hannah Waters, the young woman who called her school district out for not social distancing or enforcing wearing masks. Sis, where is your public apology? That's what I want to know. Because you had a young woman who seemed to have more common sense than the leadership in the schools. So just remember when she was talking about good and necessary trouble, that sometimes you have to be a minority voice, but that minority voice does not mean that you are wrong.
Well said, Erica. I also want to leave you guys with this photo that's now trending. Everyone's trying to find out who this woman is. This is a teacher in Mexico who takes her truck and she drives 2 hours to autistic children who have no access to books, no access to the internet, and she has made it her mission to be able to teach these children. So if anyone knows who this woman is, everybody wants to celebrate her, call her the hero that she is, because she is sacrificing her time and her life to those children who are not able to learn via the internet and books. So way to go to her. All right, well, people all over the country were not social distancing this weekend, raising new concerns over super spreading. Yep, in Sturgis, South Dakota, an estimated 250, look at that, you guys, 1,000 people have gone to the city for an annual 10-day motorcycle rally. And check out this scene at a concert there on Saturday night. Wow, hundreds packed into that venue. And in Chicago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot tweeted this photo of people hanging out in a large crowd at the lakefront. And a brawl broke out at a baseball game yesterday with both teams clearing the bench after a player was hit by a pitch. No social distancing there. Erica, what is happening? Why are people getting together in large crowds right now? Do you think they don't care anymore, or they don't think that they're going to be the next coronavirus victim?
Well, I think it's interesting that, you know, the gathering in Sturgis, which I know is like the event for bikers, I'm assuming that bikers have a lower risk aversion than the average person. So I don't necessarily, I just would assume that. In terms of what happened on the baseball field, that was truly disappointing because we're looking to sports to kind of like bring us together, and we're also looking to sports to model, like, is this going to work if we're in a bubble or if we're taking care of ourselves this way? So, I mean, that wasn't the greatest thing to see, but I think that people are just pinned up in a lot of different emotions right now.
Al?
Well, Erica, that base brawl that we watched was because the Houston Astros that were involved in that fight were accused and pretty much kind of shown to have cheated to win the World Series last year by stealing baseball signs. So, unfortunately, I don't think that's the last time we're going to see that happen.
Wow. Well, I hope that it is the last time that we see that happen. Last night, hundreds of looters took to the streets in downtown Chicago. Stores, banks, and other businesses were broken into around the city overnight. People broke windows and others took off with merchandise. You can see there in the video, more than 100 were arrested. 13 officers were injured. One video that has gone viral from the scene showed a cop getting hit in the head. It was allegedly all triggered over misinformation. Earlier in the afternoon, there was a police shooting, but crowds gathered after hearing false information that officers shot a child. The mayor today said these individuals, wanted to make it very clear, are not protesters or people that are struggling, engaging in petty theft to feed themselves, but instead quote, are straight up felony criminal or engaging in straight up felony criminal conduct. Erica, this is your hometown. What do you make of this and the misinformation?
Well, I think it shows the power of social media for starters, but Mayor Lightfoot has made it very clear that they are going to go after every single looter and make sure that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. There's been a lot of speculation that there's been lenient practices that have emboldened people to take to the streets in ways that have nothing to do with protests, and I would agree with that. I do think that there's been a lot of leniency. Leniency from the law is what got us to protesting or what got us to bringing massive crowds together. So I do understand that there needs to be a degree of leniency that is eradicated when we come to making sure that people are accountable for their unlawful actions.
Well said. Al, what would you agree with what Erica's saying?
Most definitely. It's just straight up theft at this point. There's power in numbers. They took advantage, and that's a crime on a widespread scale, and I hope that they are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And anybody, Erica, that's saying that Mayor Lightfoot is being lenient on people, they haven't followed her career. I would not want to cross that woman if she's upset with me.
Amen. We do want to leave you all with an uplifting story. A black comedian named Kerr posted a video to Twitter talking about a recent traffic stop. So this is what happened. An officer pulled him over for not having an official license plate. He had just gotten a new car. Harris said he was surprised by what happened next. Take a look.
This lady is recording me because she's scared something's gonna happen to me, and she out here being an ally. I'm just sitting here waiting on the cop, watching this lady record me. So the cop don't come back for 15 minutes, but this lady do not put her phone down for 15 minutes. This white woman recorded the whole thing. So finally the cop come up to me, he say, "All right, Mr. Harris, you're free to go." I said, "All right, appreciate it." And I start my car, and I look at that white woman who was recording me, and she looking back at me, and she give me a thumbs up like, "You all right?" And I'm like, yeah, we good. She like,
That is incredible. I hate that woman had to do that, but given our history and given recent events, I understand why she did it. Al, you've been very open about your situation with police officers and being pulled over and what happened with you. Have you ever had an ally try to protect you or anybody try to be a witness for you?
Not yet. That's never happened to me. But you know what, Sam? I look at that, and what I take from that video is that there's now awareness. And there wasn't. We're not talking about this even a year ago. This has been taking place for a long time, and we're fine. I mean, think about Rodney King was what, 1992? And here we are finally. It took 28 years, but it does seem like we have made some strides in at least having a public awareness that there is unfair treatment with certain black folks. So with that said, I do like that. I don't think that there's just this one woman. I think there are other people that are allies and are at least aware and pull their camera out, because if you're doing the right thing, we're at work right now with cameras on us. We're not worried about that because we're doing the right thing. You only get worried about a camera when you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, and I want to be able to do this. If I ever see it, again, I hate the fact that I, as a white person, would have to do this, but that's the reality that we live in. Erica, you and Al have been very vocal about your run-ins with police, and I want to just be very clear here that both of you don't have any prior records, that both of you have not done anything that would warrant any sort of police brutality. I have never had to deal with that situation. Erica, you spoke about your incident in Vegas with your husband.
Yeah, that was not something that I ever want to relive, almost being arrested for walking down the street with my husband. However, I do think that people can come up with ways to be allies if that's what's in their hearts to do so. I have noticed a tremendous amount of support over the past few weeks to a month. Things that normally I sit back and think like, is it just me? And it's a major gaslight situation, like you're being treated unjustly, and then someone who isn't black pipes up and says something to me or says something in my defense. Things that I normally have been so desensitized to because I've just expected it, but people are really paying attention. And I think that you can pay attention in all facets of your life. And I really encourage you to do that because I think that people are starting to understand exactly what's going on in this world.
And I just want to, sorry, Erica, before we go, it just piques my interest. Were these strangers that spoke up for you?
No. No, not strangers. But I mean, I just have noticed that people are more sensitive to different things that are considered like microaggressions and, you know, like certain things have become very apparent and everyone's now very much awake.
I'm happy to hear that, E. Erica, stick around. Coming up on DBL, our medical expert, Dr. Cowell, returns with more answers to your coronavirus questions. Plus, fire destroys Rachel Ray's home, and the big question lingers, what could have sparked it? And here at DBL, we're doing our part in the fight against COVID-19. Look at our empty studio. Yep, all of our fellow colleagues are working from home very hard. We miss you guys, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. We are still talking about the COVID-19 pandemic, but now it is time to bring in the experts.
Me?
Unfortunately, not you, Al. Nope, that would go to...
You said D like there's several experts.
It's Dr. Cowell and only Dr. Cowell.
Hey, Doc.
Joining us live. Hey, doctor. As you know, the news is very grim. We talked about it earlier in the show. 5 million cases of COVID-19 confirmed in the U.S. So today, we want to talk about getting to the other side. A new report says scientists are worried that a successful vaccine might not be effective on people with obesity. According to the CDC, more than 40% of Americans are obese. So, Dr. Cowell, what does this mean for the country as a whole? Can we get back to normal if the vaccine does not work on nearly half of the population?
You know, I think we can, and I want to be careful here, Sam, not to overstate the science, because what we're talking about with the vaccine not working on obese individuals is really a theoretical concern based off what we've seen with other vaccines, such as influenza, tetanus, rabies. They're just not always as effective in obese individuals. And the idea is that the vaccine is supposed to rev up your immune system to learn how to fight the virus. But in obese individuals, they have a low level of chronic inflammation all the time, so it's a little bit harder to rev up up their immune systems. And so their responses to vaccines aren't always the same as individuals who are not obese. But I'm very hopeful that it will work in the obese individuals. We have obese people enrolled in the phase 3 clinical trial. And if for some reason it doesn't work, we can redesign the vaccine in order to work in these individuals. So I think it's going to be okay, even for the obese people. But I do have to say, if you're out there and listening and you're obese, really work on trying to lose that weight, because you can stack the deck in your favor.
All right, Doc, just like Game of Thrones, winter is coming. So we're only a few months away, and all our viewers are asking, what do you think? We're headed for another lockdown? Will the weather help that? Like, what do you think?
I'm really worried, Al. I have to be honest. I mean, we've crossed 5 million cases. As the weather gets colder, we know that the virus survives longer in the environment. So I'm concerned that at the trajectory that we're headed, we may have to pull that trigger. But, and this is a big but, there's a lot we can still do to avoid that. So as Dr. Fauci says, it's not shelter in place or go crazy and have parties. We can find that happy medium. So there's 5 things we can do as Americans, every American, 5 simple things. Number 1, wear a mask. Number 2, socially distance. Number 3, avoid indoor crowded spaces like bars or indoor dining. Number 4, avoid outdoor gatherings or indoor gatherings, any kind of large gathering with lots and lots of people. And number 5, which is my favorite, wash your hands often. And experts say if you do these 5 things, we can avoid that lockdown just like other countries have.
Oh, good to hear that. Hopefully everybody writes down those 5 things to do. So, Dr. Coley, going back to the winter
There'll
months.
be a test tomorrow for you guys, Sam, so you guys better have them
I'm going to
memorized.
cheat off Sam's paper.
I'll cheat off yours. Okay, so going back to the winter months, Dr. Coley, what makes the winter months worse for the virus? Because many people think that more people staying indoors will actually lessen the spread.
No, and this is a misconception, Sam, and there's 2 things that really make the winter higher risk. The first is, as we've just talked about, the survivability of the virus in the atmosphere is greater in colder temperatures. So the virus can last longer in the air if those droplets or those aerosols are emitted. And the second, which I think is probably a bigger contributor, is that because it's cold outside, we're not having picnics, we're not eating outdoors, we're not doing hikes, we're doing more activities indoors. So people are congregating in indoor spaces where the spread of the virus is 19 times more efficient than it is outdoors.
Yikes. And really quickly, we have a viewer that just wrote in on Twitter, Joni L. She wants to know, what would you define a large group? So when you mentioned the gatherings, how many people would be too many people?
So, you know, it's very arbitrary, Joni, but greater than 10 is considered a large group in most places. Greater than 50 in some of the more if you're outdoors, you can probably get away with 50, but an indoor gathering greater than 10 would be considered a large gathering.
Thank you for clarifying. Doctor, you'll be back tomorrow. So DBL Nation, if you got a question about coronavirus you want answered by Dr. Coley, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. Again, no panic. Just prevention and precautions. We will be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about girl power. Yes, watch how a woman brought her fight for equal pay to the forefront by starting her own business.
This single mom started a woman-run painting company. Kelly Forbes had been painting for years.
I had full truck, full tools, all the skills, had been painting for over 10 years as I started as a teenager, and I was making $10, sometimes $15 less per hour than the men in the field.
So she started her own business, Love Painting Company. Kelly hires other women, including single moms like herself. Her employees start out at $20 an hour.
It's not all about us just making profits, it's about creating a culture and creating an environment where people can thrive.
Kelly and her company are also giving back to the community, covering up graffiti and painting free for nonprofits. As Kelly's employee Melody Guzman says,
Everybody says somebody's got to do it, but we're all somebody.
Way to go, Kelly. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Whoops, if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Rachel Ray's home goes up in flames. We've got an update on how the celebrity chef is doing today. And Simon Cowell has a biking mishap and winds up in the hospital. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Thank you, Chris. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al. Erica joining us from home. So very sad news. Rachel Ray and her family, I just want to start out by saying they are safe, but there was a devastating fire that ripped through her home. It started in her upstate New York home last night. The fire engulfed the house. You can even see flames shooting through the roof. So there's no word on what started it or how bad the damage is. Rachel, her husband John, and also her dog, thank God, and her mother all escaped unharmed. Rachel and her husband had been filming her show at the home since March after her studio was shut down due to the virus. Wow. You know, Erica, how would you feel if your home burned down? I mean, people will say she's a celebrity, she'll be fine. There's many things there that you can't replace. It doesn't matter in my book whether you're a celebrity or not.
Yeah, and also think of the trauma of a fire. I've talked about being in a burning house when I was like in first grade, having to be like brought out of a house that was literally burning down. So that's just traumatic in itself. But what I noticed about her, and just in general, she always just has this very vibrant spirit, and she immediately started talking about during this time on Twitter that you want to focus on what you have, not what you've lost. And the truth is that she has the most valuable things salvaged from that fire, which of course are her loved ones. So I just think it's a really great attitude to have, but that is just a very traumatic situation.
Yeah, very positive. In fact, Al, have you thought, I mean, you have 3 kids, so I'm sure you already have a game plan if there were to be a fire. Are there any certain items, of course, not talking about your most prized possessions,
Right.
your family, but any items that you would need to go back inside to retrieve?
I don't think so. You know, it's just almost not worth the risk. And I'm sure, unfortunately, we've probably lost people that did get out but went back in to get a photo album or something, and that's admirable. But, you know, a lot of those things will remain in your mind. But if you lose a parent, you lose a dog who's a member of the family or a cat, I mean, it's a big deal. So I think she hit it right on the head, and I hope it gives people perspective. I know, like you said, Sam, she's a celebrity. She's got 3 houses. It's not about that. It's about the things you can't replace. Like, I just found a ticket to one of my first comedy shows in like 2006.
What?
It's old and tattered, but yeah, it's like something that's irreplaceable. So.
Are you a scrapbooker?
No. What?
But you're hanging on to things like you are.
Like, I hung on to one thing doesn't mean I'm gonna start scrapbooking.
Sounds like you're a secret scrapbooker.
I don't even know how or where you would do that.
You're a secret scrapbooker. Okay. Also, Simon Cowell. Well, he's recovering after back surgery. So this is what happened on Saturday. The AGT judge, he broke his back after falling off his electric bike at his home in Malibu. Simon had to have a metal rod inserted into his back. On Sunday, he joked about the incident on social media, writing, "Some good advice. If you buy an electric trail bike, read the manual before you ride it for the first time." Well, Heidi Klum wished Simon a speedy recovery and posted a photo of her fellow judges with an empty chair for Simon. He'll be out for the AGT live shows on Tuesday and Wednesday. Whoa, Erica, he was in surgery for hours. I mean, this is a major surgery, having a rod in your back. I'm glad he's okay and on the mend. It's going to be a long road to recovery. He brought up not reading the manual. I never read the manual to anything, ever. So this would probably be me if I were to try an electric bike. Do you ever read manuals, Erica?
Well, you know, when I need to, yes. But this hit very close to home because you know that my husband decided to get one of these electric bikes over a year ago.
Right.
Yeah. And it was a big point of contention because he made it seem like he was getting a bike to pedal to work. And really this thing goes like 35 miles an hour. And I'm like, it freaks me out. Like, he's on the street. Like, it's just, it's a lot of power. Like, people just think like, oh, it's a bike and it has pedals, but that's like going 35 miles an hour on a bicycle. That's a lot of power. So for those of people who are deciding to go this route, just make sure that you're practicing safe precautions and safe measures, but this just freaks me out.
That freaks me out too. I didn't know, Al, 35 miles per hour. Would you get yourself one of these?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why, and I know the demo, if we get our demo numbers about the ages of people to watch this show, I'm talking to all y'all. Stop. Just get off the scooters. Get off that. Remember, Mike Tyson fell off that, whatever that thing was called. Segways are almost gone, but like those two, hey, I'm 43. Old folks, get off. You're going to hurt yourself. Whatever Simon hurt, it's going to stay hurt. He'll get better, but at a certain age, you don't really fix it. So if you hurt your hip, you shatter your arm, it's gonna stay like that, so just know that. So I hope, you know, just like Erica said, she's not being like a you know, an old ninny about it. It's like I couldn't think of it. Is that
going down a whole?
I was making sure like that was. I don't know the origin of that word. I'm gonna find out it's something terrible. Is it bad?
I don't know. I just
okay.
You sound like you're like giving a speech at 1936.
So I don't know what an old ninny is.
Got it, Al. It's a what? A simple Tinder fool? A simpleton or a fool.
Okay, that doesn't sound great.
Okay.
Okay.
Catherine Schwarzenegger Pratt and Chris Pratt have welcomed a baby girl. Congratulations. The couple posted this pic on Instagram. Oh my gosh. Holding their daughter's tiny little hand. Look at that. Her name is Lila Maria Schwarzenegger Pratt. Chris also confirmed that mom and baby are doing great. Meantime, Katy Perry is still waiting for her baby girl to arrive. To pass the time, her fiance Orlando Bloom filmed Katy showing off her bump while recreating the viral Friday Dance Challenge. Looks like Katy has some great third trimester moves. Oh my gosh, I feel like she's been pregnant forever. It does really, when you're pregnant, you feel like you're pregnant forever.
Well, you just got done with this. Like, were you in those kinds of spirits towards the end? Because anybody that's watching does not know this about Sam. She will not complain ever. She is not in her. So it's almost a bad thing because like I can never read you. Like, how were the last like month and a half?
First of all, tell that to my husband who thinks I always complain. Yeah, the last month, I mean, you're just so achy.
Right.
You're carrying, I think I was only 7 months pregnant there, so add 3 more months of a bump.
How pregnant was your hair in that picture? Wow. Speaking of Shark Week.
Go back to my hair. That's hilarious. I was a mess, Al. I was a hot mess. Yeah, look at my hair. Yeah, you're tired. You're stretched. You just want to have that baby that last month or so. Like, you just want the baby to come out. So there's a lot of little things you can do to try to induce it, safe things. In fact, I went to the doctor to induce Miles because we felt like Miles was not budging.
Okay.
So there's something she can do to help induce it.
All right, I heard there's like soups and curries and stuff like that.
You can do soups and curries, or she tickled Miles' ear, and that started the induction.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I've never heard that. And I'm an old ninny.
All right, let's get to this next story. Kelly Osborne revealed she has lost 85 pounds. The former reality show star, there she is, wow, posted pics on Instagram looking thin and svelte. Now, Kelly has struggled with her weight since she was a young girl and says she was often bullied about her size in the media. Erica, you know, many celebrities have revealed their before and afters, right? Like Adele, when we talked about it on this show, and a lot of people came after Adele for losing weight. Same thing happened to Rebel Wilson. A lot of her fans came after her after losing weight. And then on the flip side, Deborah Messing said that she was too thin, actually, when she was working on Will and Grace. But going back to Kelly Osborne and revealing that she felt bullied her whole life because of her weight, now what is she supposed to do? I feel like they lose weight and then their fans come after them. They don't lose weight, their fans come after them.
First of all, maybe we should stop calling it before and after. I mean, this isn't like a baking contest. Like, there's not a before and an after. It's an evolution. Really, I mean, think about how many different versions of yourself you are going to become over the 80, 90 years that you're on this earth. So stop talking about in terms of like, this is how it started and now this is what it is. It's never what it is. She looks great. She's always been a beautiful woman. And I think people should just be okay with people being okay with themselves.
There you have it, Erica. Says it just simply and clearly. Okay, so Mike Tyson kicked off Shark Week by putting one into submission. Watch.
Mike, she's coming behind you. You got it. Don't let it go, Mike. Mike, Justin will come with it.
Wow, Iron Mike said he was scared to death about the challenge where he subdued the shark by grabbing its nose. The team then put a camera on the shark and crowned Mike the undisputed champion of the shark. So first of all, Al, it's called subduing a shark because they have sensors on their snout. So you massage the snout and they become subdued. Or you can gently flip them on their back and they go into a trance. Did you know that?
Sam, I did not know that.
It's called tonic immobility.
I'm just surprised with your level of enthusiasm. I thought as an animal rights person, I didn't know how you feel about the former heavyweight champ down there roughing up sharks.
I don't think he's roughing up sharks.
He flipped it on his back.
Yeah, but I think what they're doing was, which I hope, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they're putting a camera on. I think this was more conservation efforts, am I right? So they're using Mike Tyson. So this is what a scientist would do. So when a scientist is trying to help
First get Mike Tyson.
The scientists would also participate in tonic immobility by either gently massaging. See how they're gently massaging the sensory pores on the snout? It's actually quite, the sharks, their heart rates don't race when this happens. They quite like it, apparently. As far as them gently flipping them over on their back, they get disoriented, but they do go into a trance, and apparently their heart rates don't race. So as an animal rights person, I'm glad that conservation is the main goal here. They're telling me gotta go. Okay. Wow.
Getting really deep in that shark talk.
Okay. Erica, stick around. More on Shark Week coming up on DBL. A filmmaker is giving us, oh my gosh, ooh, that's scary, a behind-the-scenes look at the summer television event that America can't get enough of. And later, we are chatting with a travel expert who will give us some great tips on traveling safely during the pandemic. It is possible, and we'll show you how. Or she'll show you how.
We're looking
Take a look at this unbelievable shot from last night's Shark Week special. Wow, Air Jaws' ultimate breach off on Discovery. The 15-foot breach was a new record for the Air Jaws series, which has been on air for 20 years. Ooh, imagine being on a surfboard and seeing that. Look at your face.
That is the shot of a lifetime. I mean, that
you
is.
look disgusted.
That's why I keep it on the beach. I don't go in. I have a healthy respect for the ocean. Past my knees, no.
But the sharks aren't gonna, they don't want to attack you, Al.
I don't care what they want. If it gets me, it's like, oh, but he didn't want to. Oh, good. What?
Okay, well, Discovery Shark Week kicked off its 32nd year last night and continues with more amazing shark specials all this week. Earlier, Brandon spoke with shark expert and documentarian Jeff Kerr to talk Shark Week 2020. Take a look.
Jeff Kerr, thank you for joining Daily Blast Live, and I have to get into it right now because a lot of people are talking about Tyson versus Jaws, where Iron Mike Tyson squared off versus some sharks in the love of science, of course. Now, in your professional opinion, I want to get you on record. Was the former champ scared to be swimming with the sharks?
Most definitely. You know, I've seen Tyson box in person. And he's pretty scary guy, let me tell you. But against a shark, and not in his element in the water, it's actually quite fun to see it. It's fun to see the fear that these celebrities have when they first face off with a shark.
I can't imagine seeing Mike Tyson just showing fear. So your special, Air Jaws Ultimate Breach Off, kicked off Shark Week's 32nd year. Now, where does this obsession with sharks come from?
Well, like a lot of people, I was definitely influenced by seeing the movie Jaws as a kid, and scared the heck out of me, but that fear gradually turned to fascination. Basically, after my first shark dive, I said, wow, these sharks are amazing, and became obsessed with them, and 30 years went by pretty quick.
So you literally have been swimming with sharks for over 3 decades. Can you give DBL Nation a great story? One, give me something with fear and something just absolutely remarkable.
Okay, I got a good one for you. So obviously I've spent a lot of time filming breaching great white sharks, and one year we were looking to do something a little bit different. I got the idea, hey, why don't you guys tow me behind the boat? I'll be right down at water level. We'll get an amazing shot. I'll tow a decoy and we'll have a shark hit it, and it'll be amazing. I was focused on the viewfinder. I wasn't thinking about the shark could come up and shish kebab me from below. And what ended up happening is we had a shark called Colossus, a 14-foot great white, come flying out of the water about 10 feet in front of me. And I remember looking up at this big belly, this shark belly, gleaming white with the sun on it, flying over the top of me like a scene from Free Willy, and just hoping the shark wouldn't land on me. It didn't, but the shot was incredible, and I guess people say it's one of the most iconic shots in Shark Week history. And the fact that I lived it and experienced it, it's obviously something I'll never forget.
Oh man, everlasting memories, I can only imagine. Jeff Kerr, thank you for taking your time to join Daily Blast Live. Fins up, man. And Shark Week airs every day this week on Discovery. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. Coronavirus has changed the way, well, we do everything, especially travel. Earlier, Lindsay spoke to travel expert and COVID-19 survivor Valerie Joy Wilson about vacationing safely during the pandemic. Check it out.
Valerie Wilson, welcome to DBL.
Thank you for having me.
So you spoke to our own Jeff Schroeder about your COVID diagnosis.
Did you ever think you could get sick from this, and how sick did you actually get?
I would say that my sickness was kind of like a mild flu. It wasn't that bad.
And I just want to see, how are you doing? Are there any lasting effects, or are you okay?
I'm doing really well. There's definitely been a little bit of lasting effects though, so I recommend everybody wear a mask and stay safe. You don't want this thing. The beginning, I had a little bit of brain fog and a little bit of short-term memory loss, which was really scary, but that's gone away. But unfortunately, I still can't taste or smell most things, so that's been a little bit challenging to get used to.
Oh no, especially as a travel blogger, you have to be able to taste and smell the air where you're going.
Exactly. I have good faith it'll come back. It kind of comes back a little bit and then it goes away a little bit, but I think we'll get there.
So you're a travel blogger and you already visited New York and Mexico since recovering from COVID-19. So tell me a little bit about what you tell people that want to travel just like you.
You can definitely travel and stay safe if you're responsible and you feel comfortable to do so. And so there's a couple recommendations that I would make for people that are flying and traveling. The first one is get an N95 mask. I know that those are generally reserved for healthcare workers, but you want to take matters into your own hands if you do have to get onto a plane and not trust that everybody else will be doing the right thing. Also, a face shield, they're really inexpensive. It does protect your mask a little bit better from even getting any sort of germs, and it prevents you from touching your face. Another thing that I recommend to people that are flying is to just be aware of social distancing on the plane. Expert Flyer is a website where you can check your seat map. And then everybody really tends to gather at the baggage claim, so if you can just do a carry-on, that might be best. Also, bring Lysol wipes because Lysol is approved by the EPA for killing coronavirus. So I'm one of those people that wipes down my seat and all of that stuff.
So I want to ask you, what are hotels doing to keep guests safe?
Hotels are actually doing a lot.
You get this amazing setup with hand sanitizer, 15 Lysol disinfectant wipes, so that's a lot. You can wipe off your phone when you come back in.
They're waiting anywhere from 24 to 48 hours before even allowing their hotel staff to go in and clean anything. And then when they do go in, think of a giant sanitizing mist going through the whole hotel room. So that's like really sanitizing everything. Something that I always recommend, and this was pre-COVID, is bring a Ziploc baggie for the remote if you plan on using the television. The remote's one of the dirtiest things in the hotel room, so just throw that in there.
So what are some red flags that you tell people to watch out for when they're traveling?
Some red flags that you want to look out for are the people that are not wearing masks, not taking social distancing seriously. You want to either be staying at one of these bigger brand hotels where they do have proper protocols in place, or you want to ask your boutique hotel and your Airbnb, what is their cleaning procedure like, and what are they doing to keep you safe?
Valerie, thank you so much for joining us. I love to travel, so I hope I can do it soon and safely.
I hope you can too. You can do it safely, so I hope that this helps everybody out there.
Awesome. We'll be right back.
DBL, Erica, before we go, I got to get your comments on the sharks. Do you get fearful of sharks when you go into the ocean?
Well, you know, I'm risk adverse, so I don't go into the ocean too often. But yeah, I do assume that there's something in there greater than me that could possibly, you know, overtake me.
So would you ever go for a swim in the ocean? Would you ever surf?
I mean, I have, but it's not like my thing.
That's a no.
Okay. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Erica. Thanks, Sal. Bye, guys.